It's your problem. Not their problem. Your problem.
And as much as they try to show you how like alpha or ultra masculine are, remember that for these types of men, and really to some extent for all men, your ultimate sense of validation is never going to come from you. It's never going to be about your accomplishments or achievements. It's never going to be about any of that. It's always going to be about what women think about you. These types of men especially are slaves to what women think about them. And it's why anytime they can get any woman around them, they have to show them off. One of the overarching narrative problems that I have with kind of like these red pill types. So when we analyze relationships,
a lot of motherfuckers want to kill me over that tape.
Oh my God, he's actually, how is it that you have lanky xQc and Hassan standing on the other side of Tate, and Hassan is the one that sounds like more of a fucking... It's gonna be hard for xQc to push back at this point.
My ideas are not unusual.
It's not the
I can't believe Train is like the bridge here.
Top G of what?
Oh shit, Los, you ready?
Oh my God, I don't know. Actually, it's a mistake, bro.
Wait, what were you saying, X? Repeat that.
I said the top G of what?
Oh,
what is what?
Oh no.
What is Tate? The top G of what? It's a question.
Hello?
Sup? These people say you're the top G. The top G of what? Can we get a rundown first, an introduction?
I'm back at the right time. Hopefully I don't have any internet issues. It seems for some reason my internet's a bit slow, so let me know if it cuts in and out.
I broke the internet.
Right now, you good?
Yeah, top G of broke internet. Well, I don't really feel, my friend, like I'm compelled to justify myself to you. If I
Can we start with introductions first?
Yeah, my bad. All that time wasted made you really mislead.
Hold on.
It's close, Steven.
I'm skipping, muting. Okay, I'll read this later.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
This whole panel feels strange. I don't know.
I'm trying to pinpoint the accent.
The energy is tense.
Yeah, it's
South
kinda
African.
It's kind of like I've walked into a police interview. You know,
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said to Adin, I said, be careful when you bring him in. He might feel like he's getting ambushed.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because obviously Twitch is an online community, right? But I live in the real world. I'm not from this internet world. And in the real world, you talk to people, especially people who can destroy you, with respect. You say, "Oh, Andrew, can you please introduce yourself?" You don't come and say, "Hey, bro," like it's just an internet. It's weird.
Like, what do you mean by destroy? Like, what do you mean
by like beat his ass or like
if you
mentally destroy?
Life, men go through life and talk to each other with respect. I think that's how men interact with each other.
Yeah, but in my opinion, wouldn't you say that a respect between two men would be not making me be formal, and you would just understand what I mean, right? You would just get what I mean, right?
Wait, who is talking there? That's the guy in the top right, I think.
When I say, "Yo, man, where are you from?" Like, you're gonna say, "Hello, sir. Can you please tell me where you're from, sir?" Is that what you need?
No.
Wait, what? Who? The guy talking right now sounds like Train. Oh, it is Train. Oh, okay. I got super confused for a second. Is he just not shown in this call, or? Oh, he doesn't have a cam. Okay.
I think that being polite and being formal is something.
I think I was being polite. I softened my voice and I said, "Hey, man, where are you from?" Trying to pinpoint the accent.
Okay, well, that's not how it sounded. It said, "Hey, stop! Tell me where you're from." So
well, I have a deep voice, so people take it the wrong way very often.
Yeah, it's a thing. He gets people getting real mad at him for that.
just some advice for the real world. Anyway,
believe me, I have 1 foot in the real world, brother.
Only one?
Only one. 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I'm half British, and I am half American. That's why the accent is.
It's like South American.
No. American.
Okay, so you were born in America.
I was born in the United Kingdom, but I've been back and forth between the two countries my whole life.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
So that's the introduction.
Okay, sir.
Introduction. Andrew Tate is my name, everybody. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm Felix. You call me X.
Okay, Felix.
My name's Tyler. You can call me Train.
I'm Silky. Just Silky.
Okay.
I'm also American.
Remember everything. So Adin messaged me and said, "Andrew, quickly wake up. Someone disagrees with you." That's what.
Okay, a good introduction because that's it. That's how it is.
Who disagrees with me and on what?
I think at least me. I think I disagree with most things, but I don't know about Train though. I don't think he knows you that much. All I saw is a couple clips of you, and I didn't want to like Wikipedia whole search. I wanted to take the arguments and the takes for what they are, and not with like where they come from or whatever. Just straight up face value. That's what you get.
Do you have something specific you disagree with me on?
Oh yeah, most of your women takes are bad.
Yeah, but you have to be specific because the burden of proof is on you. So.
Oh no, literally most of them.
Oh yeah, but you can't say literally most of them. This is a court of law, my friend. We have a judging panel and everything.
Oh God, this guy is so fucking cringe. Oh man, we're really doing this, huh? It's the it's like there's this thing that like insecure men reek of, and it's this false bravado, like hyper alpha masculine shit, where it's like was it Theodore Roosevelt who said like talk softly or speak softly but carry a big stick. You can I don't know what it is, but you can immediately spot people that are confident. You can immediately tell people that are massively insecure. And like the people that start out with that, like, have respect when you talk for me. What is it? Give me the formal fallacy. It's like, bro, like, slow down, okay? Nobody's gonna beat you up. Nobody's gonna steal your lunch money. Like, turn it the fuck down. Calm down. Act like a normal fucking human being, okay? You don't have to pretend like you're gonna fucking kick or punch every single person you talk to. It's okay. You're fine. It's a safe space, buddy. It's an online chat room. You're gonna be okay, dude.
You have to come along with just take that you disagree with and give your argument as to why it's not true. You can't just
Woman
say
can't drive.
Woman can't drive was one of them. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
So you don't think that men are overall better drivers than women?
No.
So when you
no, it's the wrong. That's the wrong. Oh, xQc is trying to do the moral argument, but it's the xQc is trying to do the moral argument, but he's mixing up the factual argument with it, and I don't know. We'll see where this goes. Men are probably on average better drivers than women. I think that's true. Actually, you know what? That might not even be true. Because aren't women's insurance rates lower than men's insurance rates? Does that necessarily make you a better or worse driver? I'm not sure. But women might actually be safer drivers because they do have lower insurance rates. So I'm not actually sure. But it might be because they drive less. I don't know.
see the worst parking you've ever seen in your life, you don't think it's more likely to be a female. It's just as equally likely to be a man in your view.
It might be actually. You know what? We might actually be able to borrow from Jordan Peterson here. He says this a lot. And it might be true that men tend to inhabit the extremes more, and women tend to inhabit the middle more. So, like, if we were to draw like graphs of human behavior, if we were to draw a graph of like human behavior, like the male graph would look like this, and then like the female graph would look like this. I drew this horribly. But basically the idea is that like, if you were to do like a normal distribution, there would be a big clumping of women in the middle, and the clumping in the middle for men is smaller, and they tend to inhabit the lower and the upper extremities more. So it might be the case that when I think about like good drivers, I'm almost always thinking about men. But when I think about the fucking worst drivers, I'm also always thinking about men, right? Like the worst kind of like women drivers are like dinging cars in parking lots. And I feel like the worst kind of like men drivers are like quadruple vehicular homicide, like flying off the road, road rage, drunk driving, murdering people. That's the feeling I get. So but I might be wrong on that. This is like very anecdotal, very like feels based. I don't know if that's true or not, but that would explain it. That like, oh, like the average woman driver doesn't seem to be that good. It's like, maybe, yeah, but like the worst male drivers are fucking it up for all the other guys. That might be the case. A recent bar graph done on gender insurance rates. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's hard. There's a lot of variables that go into this, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard this before, but I've never seen it supported really. Normal people bring up IQ as the only real example of that that's quantified, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard to say. Okay.
When I see, oh yeah, exactly what you just said. Yes.
Then that's your opinion. What's the argument?
Like I said, it's not. It doesn't have to be an opinion, right? This is your anecdotal evidence, which is like kind of a bias, right? When you want to bring out things like women can't drive, you're gonna go with stats, and your stats are off. You're just wrong about them.
No, everyone is firstly, when you talk about biases, absolutely everybody is biased to their own personal experiences, right? If I had been in 5 car crashes and all 5 of them were driven by women by coincidence, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to believe that women are less capable.
And then okay, fair enough.
So we're all biased. And to sit here and pretend you're not biased and you're beyond biases is bullshit. That's the first thing, 'cause we're all biased.
Okay, and then like a natural good
The response to this is, yeah, of course, we can all have biases, but we should recognize that when we're communicating information to other people, right? That's the answer. Of course, we're all biased, but we need to, but that's all the more reason to be aware of our biases when we're communicating information to other people, right?
Human being, you're probably gonna go on the internet and find some study that maybe you're right about it, and then you're gonna figure out that you're wrong.
Oh yeah, the internet study. Oh, why didn't I think of just
Oh, he's one of these types of people too. Ugh, yikes.
Following the internet study.
You're right, because we could have gone fucking Tate's experience instead. Bro,
why don't I go all my own personal experience and obey the internet study and get my 5th injection and just do everything the internet says?
You're right.
My personal experiences, females are not as capable of driving as males. That's my personal experience. You can't come along and tell me that's not true. So, and I don't give a shit. Study.
The next time we have a problem with science or some shit or physics, why go to the internet or talk to some experts? Let's go ask Tate's experience on it, and we'll have the answer to it, right?
Kind of true.
You fucking sorry, no insults. I got unhinged. Sorry for that.
It's fine.
I think one problem too is I don't know what X's background is coming into this conversation, but the other dude, the Tate guy, looks like he can very easily be pushed into unhinged territory, but X is already coming in unhinged. I don't know why he's already mad. I don't know what I missed, the context before this, but I can already tell that X is like a little bit like, he's coming in too hot. I don't know why. I'm curious.
That's what Twitch does to people.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I'll give you that one. That's pretty true.
Conversation would be very different in person.
Well, that part's not true for me, at least.
Right? That's the internet, but that's fine. That's the internet. Well, my personal experiences dictate to me, as all of your personal experiences dictate to you, certain realities about the Earth. And in my personal experience, every car crash I've been in, every time my car's been hit, the worst parking I've ever seen has always been by a female. Now, I'm not saying females are bad people. I'm saying they're better than men at other things. Men have, if you want to talk about internet studies, because you seem to believe internet studies for some reason, even though you can give me lies, you can give me big lies, you can give me statistics.
Don't dish Gallups. They're one topic at a time.
No, studies are the biggest lies on earth. But if you want to talk about studies, it's been proven that females do not have the same kind of spatial awareness that men have. They do not have the reaction times that men have. They've not evolved. This has been studied and found. You want to talk about studies?
And yet males cause more crash accidents on the road than women.
Cool.
So they have less tools according to you and your studies. Yet they cause more accidents. But according to your experience, they cause more accidents. So you're right. So you are right, right?
Correct. And so we have studies that conflict. And in my personal experience, I feel safer when a man is driving me than if a woman is driving me. That's my personal experience. If you want to sit here hoping that if you keep saying women can drive, you might get a girl, that's your decision.
Oh my god, dude, the projection is so fucking crazy. Do you know how to tell? Have I ever told you on stream how to tell if you're with like a do I say like good driver or bad driver? They're like, or a driver that stresses you out versus a driver that doesn't stress you out. There's one way to tell. I feel like there's one way to tell. This might just be a bias, but when I get in a car and there's like, you can either drive like this or you can be the person that is like this. Anytime I'm in the car with somebody that drives like this, I'm always super fucking stressed out. Like just as soon, even before we've taken off, there's something happens to their body. We're like, oh, they're chilling, blah, blah, blah. And then they turn the key and like, and I'm like, oh man, okay. I don't know what it is or why, but that fucking like they're squeezing their lats like they're doing a deadlift, and they're fucking, I don't know what it is. People that do this seem to be they seem to be very fixated on like looking in front of them like the entire time. Like they probably never, it feels like they never can even fathom like checking a side mirror ever. Their eyes are like locked on the road right in front of them. Like even if you move their head, they're just like gonna be like staring there, and they're just like on the wheel, and it's like, okay, you need to chill. Take a deep breath. Chill out. Oh my God. But
you have the exact time and place.
I don't know. That just is it's the feeling I get sometimes.
But in my personal experiences, that's not the case. I don't know why we're going to sit here and argue about it.
Perfect. Then in that case, then what you're saying is that since you're such a smart being, if you go to the casino and there's 60% red squares and 40% black ones, right? 60-40, you should bet on the 40% black ones because that's how you're gonna make money. According to your analysis of these stats, right?
I don't truly understand the analogy.
And it's simple. It's very simple. Like I just said, according to your interpretation of the stats on the internet or whatever, right? You would bet on a 40% outcome instead of 60%, and you're saying this is a good bet.
Bro, I know, and I mean this with respect. I know, and I mean this with respect. I know the internet is your life, right? I don't use the internet for stats when I get into a car with a bitch. I don't go and go, okay, well, she's blonde. Let me look up the blonde chicks. Can they drive? Da-da. I get in a car and I look at her driving and go, and this bitch can't drive. That's what I do, right? And any man who's honest with himself has been in the car with a chick who's driving on some wild ass, crazy, texting on her phone, risking everyone's life. Every man knows I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
I know.
Guys text and drive, like, there are so many other stereotypes you could apply in the other direction, but
you can't say it.
Okay.
No, you don't want to get canceled. Blah blah blah.
Bro,
sit here and say when you get in a car with a girl, you look up an internet study first. Shut up,
bro.
What are you talking?
Bro, what are you talking about? A bad driver on the road that you can see is a bad driver. I don't give a fuck if they're old, if they're missing both fucking hands, if they're a guy, if they're white, they're black. I don't give a fuck. That person can't fucking drive. They can't fucking drive. I don't say, oh, I'm gonna go to the study or I'm gonna do this to Andrew Tate. They can't fucking drive. Let me brake a little bit and fucking change lane, yo. You know I don't have a license, but yeah.
I'm gonna interject real quick into this one-on-one here, okay? Do all of you guys remember the example I gave about real life or like the real world versus the internet world?
Yeah.
Well, the example I gave about the word slut. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I think I had that take exactly on point. In the real world, like I think when Andrew says what he's saying, right? Like, you know, the people get around like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, right? But in the internet world, everyone's very, very, very they're very exact, right? So when Andrew says women are bad drivers, the internet assumes that he's saying all women are bad drivers, women are terrible, women are fucking less than, right? So it just depends here. Are you talking like the real world talking where we understand what you're saying? Like when a rapper says all these girls are hoes, right? We know he's not saying all women are hoes. We know what he's talking about. When you go to the party, that one chick that's sleeping with all the dudes is a hoe, right? We get that comparison, but we know he's not saying that. So the real question here is, are you talking with the context of the real world only, where you're kind of just making that generalization, but you don't actually mean the generalization? Do you understand what I'm saying? Or are you actually a sexist? That's what the question is.
That's a very good question, and it's very professionally asked. So I like the way you've asked it. It's very professional.
Thank you.
No, you're completely and utterly correct. The way the rapper says all women are hoes is an absolutely perfect analogy. I'm not saying there's not a female on the planet who can't drive a car. I'm not saying that.
That's fair.
I'm saying in general, if every man was honest with himself, if he were to ask him, what's the worst driving you've ever seen? What's the most uncomfortable you've ever been in a car? What's the worst parking you've ever seen? If you were to ask him and he was honest and he wasn't on the internet worried about getting canceled or trying to be correct or looking up statistics or any dumb shit, he'd probably say, I was in the car with this chick once and she nearly killed me. That is not.
That's crazy. I've been in the passenger seat with a lot of bad women drivers. I have been. I've seen a lot of them. But the closest I've ever felt like I was gonna die, no shot, not even close. It's been in the passenger seat with a man who was road raging. Not even close to, like, the worst I feel about women is like, man, you seem a little bit nervous when you're driving, or you overcorrect a little bit when you drive. The worst is being in the passenger seat of a man who is road raging. Okay? Holy shit. That's some shit. And I don't even think I'm gonna die from a car accident. I think I'm gonna die because somebody's gonna pull a gun out. Okay? Like women can be dumb sometimes, but men can be fucking insane. Holy shit. Was it you who used to ride to work with a guy who was high? Randy. Yeah, Randy, one of the line cooks. I never felt Don't ever drive high. I never felt like I was gonna die while he was driving high though, because he would just drive like 45 miles an hour on the interstate in the right lane. He was just like big chill. Yeah, I don't know. That dude was something else.
Simon Says.
I'm not saying women are bad creatures. I'm not saying all women drive that way. It doesn't mean that I don't think females should have a right to drive, etc. I'm saying in general, I think that men have faster reaction times. We are more interested in cars. We enjoy driving more. We pay more attention than women do. That is my experience.
So to hop in real quick, okay, the reason I could kind of predict that, Adin and everyone else in here, is because I went through the same thing. I came from the real world, okay, and I had the 1 foot in, 1 foot out thing. It's why the people I got along with most were Call of Duty players, right? Because they had the same experiences as me. We partied, we went out, we had the college life, we had the, you know, club life, and we gamed, right? So
do you think it's important to distinguish between good driver and safe driver? Yeah, technically. Now, I don't know if Tate would even be capable of having this conversation, but technically, being a good driver has like little to nothing to do with these like physiological differences that Tate is talking about, like human reaction time and response time and all of that shit. People make the mistake sometimes of thinking that like your ability to like deal with a situation has to do with how well can you respond to the heat of the moment. The reality is the predictor for you being a good driver is probably going to be your ability to avoid situations where that reaction time is ever needed, right? Like there's something to be said for a professional gamer with a 140 millisecond response time that can slam on the brakes just in time to avoid an accident in front of him. But there's something else to be said for the 300 millisecond response time senior citizen that always keeps like 1.5 seconds of distance between them and the car in front of them too, or whatever the 3 seconds or 5 seconds or whatever the time is or whatever, right? Like you can take, there's a lot of like proactive measures that you can take to be a safe driver that have little to nothing to do with your physiology. Like, and if you're relying on your physiology to carry you through driving situations, that's probably a greater indicator of you being a dog shit unsafe driver than literally any other statement you could possibly make, right? My goal when I'm driving is never to be able to make a split-second decision to save my life. My goal when driving is make sure I never have to make a split-second decision to save my life. Keep some distance between you and the car in front of you. Don't drive really fast when there are cars stationary next to you. You know, be aware of the speed limits. Yeah, don't always follow them because most of them are dog shit, but be aware of the speed limits. Like, yeah, there's all sorts of things that go into being a safe driver that have nothing to do with like physiological differences. Most of it is just strategy.
Understood that lingo, I got in a lot of trouble for it, right? If you look at my speeches, I got banned. People said I'm sexist, misogynistic, because I spoke in that exact way. I assumed people were intelligent enough.
It reminds me of like, I know like in CSGO, like flick shots are a real thing and that's important or whatever, but a lot of the reasons why pros shoot as well as they do doesn't necessarily have to do with their ability to have godlike aim. A lot of it is just having your cursor in the right place, right? Like if you're watching a pro play CSGO, okay, this guy is like cornering where he's got like the exact fucking like pixel perfect like pre-aim going on. And when you watch me play CSGO, I'm like running around like this. I'm like, and then I like see a guy and I'm like, I'm trying to shoot him or whatever. Meanwhile, like fucking all these other dudes like absolutely, like, yeah, like the preparation that goes into things is oftentimes more important or more involved in the execution than like some ungodly response time itself or whatever, you know?
To understand the context in which I was saying these things. But the internet is not like that. The internet applies the worst case scenario, the worst possible context, and they will drill you for it.
Train, you're fighting ghosts. You're fighting ghosts. Nobody's saying that right now. We're not doing that right now. We're talking like...
This is why I could predict that he is talking in the real world on the internet. That's the issue. That's the disconnect.
You know, Train, I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna say, you know whose fault that is? That is your fucking fault. I know why? Because you're a bad communicator. If you can't communicate your thought properly, so people understand it for what it is, then you are lacking skill in communication to make your point what it actually is. That is your problem. Not their problem. Your problem.
Real quick. I want to respond to that. Then take it going. Okay. X, as you know now, I communicate very well. Now, when I make my speeches or when I make my points, I don't just explain the real world side. I explain the 1,700 different possible worlds it could be analyzed in, it could be perceived as it could be perceived in. I explain it in every way possible because I have a platform now on the internet. So now I've become a better communicator and I explain in every context.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my point is right now, Tate is in his you know, it's the inception of it, right, on the internet from the real world.
But then tell me how he is. Then tell me how it is. Say Tate. I think you are a bad communicator of your takes, and you are bad at dialogue. Say it like it is.
It's not a bad communicator.
Tell him. Fucking tell him then.
It's not a bad communicator. What it is it's an unawareness of the internet type of person. Do you understand? When you're never on the internet, you don't know. Like, I didn't know people like this existed. Do you understand? I didn't know they existed. So you can't fathom to even have the possible world to explain something in a way.
Or maybe he is aware, but he just doesn't give a fuck.
Okay. Then,
maybe that's the case.
Then, Train. If you make a statement and you say women can't drive, okay, it doesn't matter what your audience is, right? It is a blanket statement.
Have you seen Nick Polem's poll? Nick Polem's poll on Funniest Streamer. Do you know why that is? Because when I'm in person, I make jokes like that. I go, must be a woman driver that caused that accident. I make jokes like that. Do I think all women? No, women are better drivers than I am. I'm a shit driver. These are the man.
These are joke in context, yeah. But if you make a statement and you're serious,
that's why I'm asking.
Alone,
is he just making that generalized kind of stereotypical?
I don't know if he'll come up, but the best example is like people don't take these things as jokes. That's the problem. They take these things as ultra serious like statements. Look at fucking Greek. Do you think Greek is joking when he's on all the shit that he's on now, right? Like.
Joke, or is he truly a sexist? That's what I'm asking. I asked him. He said no. He said he's not a sexist. He's making that generalized joke statement.
Okay. Then when you don't have a dialogue with somebody and it's a monologue and you're alone and you go on camera and you say, women can't drive, without no precision, without no saying, oh, exception is exception, without going down the list of why it's a joke, whatever the fuck. You think it's a good thing? You think you're being a good communicator? You go along and say, women cannot drive. End the segment.
It's wrong. No, here's the part.
Does he own that?
I think X could communicate this better, but he's way too heated. That's like his big issue here, is he's way too heated. So he's gonna lose the ability, ironically, to communicate himself.
Wait. I got to respond. He's talking to me. I have a responsibility. Just trust me here. I apologize for interrupting you, but just hear me out here, okay? X. Yeah, I believe. Listen, I don't think he has the experience on the internet yet to understand why he is in the wrong to make. I think there's a dramatization, right? I think he is intelligent and is aware of what he's doing. It's a dramatization for these dumb fucks in the chat that sit there and say, fuck yeah. It's a dramatization.
Okay, hey, Train, let's run an exercise.
So for that,
say a statement like that, but instead replace.
For that, I think it's wrong.
Hey, Train.
For that, I agree with you.
Okay. Then if you're ready to prove your own point, then right about the severity of it, how about you make a same statement for the same topic or another one about black people? Go ahead, do it now. Do it.
But why would we do that? Because
I made that point earlier. About the consistency argument.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If it's not bad, because it's a joke because it's a woman joke.
I said the dramatization of the too far jokes is for the dramatization to get people in. And I said that part is wrong. And I do have a consistency. You ask Nick Polem, in front of him, I make those jokes. I make all kinds of jokes about everything and everyone. Believe that. You ask Nick Polem, he'll go live right now and say I do.
Okay, X, why don't you ask Tate if you would say that about a race or something like that? A generalization like that about a joke about a race or ethnicity or something.
Right, listen.
Could have asked him now. Ask me.
Let's understand my ethnicity.
Question.
So I'm half black, half white, right? That's my ethnicity. So we understand my ethnicity. I made a joke an hour ago with one of my cousins, because half my family's black, half my cousin's white. And he said he wanted to go free diving. It's where you dive down in the water and you go deep with no scuba equipment with the sharks or some shit. And I said, bro, that's what white people do, that shit. I'm too brown for that. I'm not going with the sharks. I just made a joke. There. Oh no, cancel me. Who gives a fuck? When I make a statement, bro, listen, when I make a statement, maybe you do, maybe you have all the fucking time in the world to sit on the internet, my friend. But when I make a statement, I don't have time to say, in my personal experience, I don't believe women can drive. However, I understand that some women can drive, and I'm not saying all women can't drive, and I know of women who can drive, but in my personal experience, the bad driving I've seen was most likely committed by women. That I don't talk like a fucking geek. I say women can't drive. Now, if that upsets geeks like you, cool, whatever. Because geeks, I don't give a fuck. That's what I say. If it upsets people tough, that's my personal experience. You're gonna have to get the fuck over it. That's life. And if you want to say I'm a bad communicator, once again, that's your prerogative. But I would disagree. I think I'm very good at communicating. That's the only reason I'm even fucking here. It's the only reason I'm even on the internet. It's because when I talk, people listen. So I must be doing something right.
I mean, it's easy to dog whistle to fucking misogynist. That's really easy. It's one of the easiest things out there. Preaching to the choir. That's so easy to get in following doing that. you hate women on these points and these points. It's gonna be easy to stack them up like fucking easy. Holy shit!
That's true.
I built a fucking world of a community based on being toxic. It's the easiest thing in the world. Way easier than being good and being nice.
I'm a very good, nice person.
Surely.
By saying that, I think that men are more capable of driving than women. It does not make me a bad person or a not nice person.
Right.
It means that if I car and it's snowing and it's late at night and it's dark, I'm gonna drive. I'm not gonna let some 18-year-old chick drive. I'm gonna fucking drive because I like staying alive. And
So ironically, that seems like an area where if I had to blindly choose between a man or a woman, I feel like the woman would drive better there because the woman would be more scared. Whereas men just seem more crazy to me. Something that I've noticed when this happens in Nebraska. First of all, don't ever let somebody tell you that they know how to drive in snow just because they're from a state that gets a lot of snow. Because I will tell you that every single time you live in a state that gets snow and the first snow happens, every motherfucker in that state acts like they've never driven in snow before. I don't know why. Don't know why it happens, but I swear to fucking God, Omaha, we get a fuck ton of snow. We have legendary snowstorms there. Every winter, first snow, 400 accidents on I-80. Cool, great. It's gonna take me 12 hours to get to work because every motherfucker here, for some reason, thinks these dumb fucks, they think like four-wheel drive helps them in snow. It doesn't. They think having a big-ass vehicle helps them. It doesn't. And they just fucking, you'll watch them just like slide off the road, do everything. Like, come on, are you serious? Like, slow the fuck down, you dipshit. Like, Jesus.
And let me tell you something.
Funny you bring that up because last time you talked about car accidents or whatever, and then you brought stats. You said that, well, it's because the males make doing more accidents because they're young, right? So even if your own example, right, you would actually prefer having a young female driver, not a young male, according to you. That's what you said last time on the fucking podcast. Then it is exactly what you said. I'm using your words against you. You said that.
So mad.
Oh yeah,
my
males
God.
do more crashes when you're young because they're young and excited, whatever. You just said I wouldn't let a young girl drive my car. Then you would let.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. Be consistent about it. If you
listen, let me tell you something, my friend. There's a cognitive dissonance. There's some serious damage that the internet's doing to society. I spoke about it on Adin Ross on his podcast, and I spoke about how the internet as a whole has changed the world. I'm old enough to see it.
Yeah.
And one of the ways it's changed the world is when there are certain beliefs, there are certain paradigms which are not allowed to be punctured, certain parameters which are set by the matrix in which you must pretend certain things are true. People ignore their own eyes and their own ears because they are afraid of upsetting the matrix. And my point is that a person like you, and I mean this with respect, I'm not here to argue with you, this is a professional debate. A person like you whose entire income, personality, his importance, his ego, everything relies on a Twitch account. If you lose it, you ain't shit. If you lose it, you ain't shit. And the problem is that you could be...
Half your subreddit just started typing up posts about you disagreeing with xQc. You called him mad. I'm saying that for the purposes of this conversation, okay, these are like, it's like losing battles against you guys. Okay, so I can tell you how the conversation, for the purpose of this conversation, X probably needs to be way more chilled. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to communicate effectively. And then you dumb fucks are going to be like, well, what about when you tweet like this on Twitter, blah, 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 blah. When I talk to people like this, I'm usually always ultra chill, right? You can go back, look at the last combo that I had with God fucking Sam Cedar, okay? When I'm having these conversations, I'm usually ultra chill, super chill, because I know that people like Andrew are like very, very, very fragile, and you have to be very, 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 very gentle not to like upset them or whatever. So like, yeah, but...
in 10 car crashes driven by 10 different women, and you will still not come here and say women can't drive as well as men because you are afraid. You are not non-biased. You are sitting here inside of parameters that you must conform to or you don't exist. I don't give a fuck. That's the difference between you and me. That's why I say things other people don't.
I don't know what it means, the last part. I mean, you talk about the matrix and the systems or whatever the fuck, but the only reason why you're relevant or cool in the real world is because you have money. Talk about the matrix, the fucking currency, and you think you're the top G because of that? And it makes you more important than other people who have value to society?
I'm not only the top G because I have money. In fact, I think I talked about this with Adin Ross as well. I talked about how money is an amplifier. Money alone will not make you significant or important. I talked about how money will amplify. I was the before I was rich. Okay, I was the man before I was rich, and then I got rich.
Would you be willing to talk to Taylor the chance came? Yeah, of course. I don't know if, but I don't run in these circles, and if you talk to me, it'd have to be one-on-one because I don't think Adin wants to talk to anybody off stream, right? Because we can't do it on stream, so.
On top, that's it's amplified me. That's all it's done. It hasn't changed who I am. There's plenty of people with lots of money who ain't shit.
Okay, so because of the vehicle of my message is Twitch, it's devalidated.
It's not that it's devalidated at all, my friend. I think that Twitch is a fantastic. And you're meeting lots and lots of people, and I'm here on Twitch as well myself. My point is that you exist inside of parameters. The people who rely on the system will always fight to defend the system. The parameters are set in a way which you cannot be completely and utterly honest, even if your personal experience tells you so. We don't even have to talk about driving. We can talk about anything. We can talk about the last 3 years where you walked around and didn't see a single sick person, and you had to pretend that you were supposed to be scared inside of your house because the parameters.
So this is the role that I'm trying to fill now. So the issue is that, I've said this before, the issue is that right now we've got establishment people and then we've got like anti-establishment people. And that's the only two things that like everybody is now. But the, oh God, wait, do those things not work unless I have this actively on? The issue is that it feels like right now, it feels like the only people that can criticize the establishment are like the dumbest, the most brain-dead anti-establishment types. That's like the only people that are there to criticize the establishment. There has to be more establishment-esque people that are willing to criticize the establishment, because insofar as you're unable to do so, or those kinds of people are unable to do so, you're basically leaving it up to people like this guy. Like Andrew Tate is going to be the one that's giving your establishment critiques because nobody else is able to.
Have told you if you say anything else, you lose your entire life, and your life is online. This is the reality. Not most people are not allowed to say what they think.
Okay, this works both ways though. It's not because you have harsher takes and crazier takes that this doesn't apply to you. I feel like you preach to the choir to fucking incels. Literally, that's like your bread and butter.
Okay.
Literally. So by extent, you try not to go against these opinions because you're gonna lose these people. Like that's just how it is.
So that's an interesting point of view, and we'll go into it in a second. But first things first, I want to clarify, because as I said, I'm a professional, and this is a professional debate. My takes are not harsh or extreme. Every single man, every single sports club, every single football team, every single group of men sitting around having a drink will make a joke about how women can't drive. Every single fucking one. So to sit here and pretend I have some extreme view is bullshit. It may be extreme on the internet where people are afraid.
I broke internet just like that.
Yeah,
it's so frustrating because like to some extent that's kind of true, right? I should read this article real quick because it's probably going to do a better job at this. Fuck, I haven't read this article before, so this actually might completely disagree with the point that I was just about to make. But people online, I think, it feels like sometimes they're losing track of like where the public opinion is. I saw a lot of Reddit posts, a lot of Twitter posts, a few mainstream media articles that made it seem like this person crushed, is it Senator Hawley? Like destroyed him with her answer. I don't know if the average American viewed it that way. And I could be wrong. The problem is that I don't think the average American is ready to totally switch over to the term like birthing person. I don't think that's happening. I don't think the average American is on board with like, oh yeah, like pregnancy is a people issue, an LGBT issue. It's not just a women's issue. I don't think that's where we're at in the U.S. discourse, but people seem to think it is. Think that we're at that place. But everyone agrees it was an epic own. There's much less agreement about who got owned. In Tuesday's Senate hearing of the Supreme Court's decision overturning Roe v. Wade, Senator John Cornyn asked University of California Berkeley law professor Kiara Bridges whether she thought a baby that is not yet born has value. This ensued. I believe a person with the capacity for pregnancy has value, she answered. They have intelligence, they have agency. No, I'm talking about the baby. Cornyn interrupted. And I'm talking about the person with the capacity for pregnancy, she retorted. When Cornyn noted that she wasn't answering the question, she said, I'm answering a more interesting question to me. Oof. But okay, I didn't even see that part of the exchange. Then when it was his turn to speak, Senator Josh Hawley returned to this exchange saying, you've referred to people with the capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women? In even tones, Bridges replied that while many cisgender women have the capacity for pregnancy, many don't, while some trans men and non-binary people do. But after a little bit of back and forth, she gave up. So I want to recognize that your line of question is transphobic, she said with an exasperated laugh, and it opens up trans people to violence. The whole thing quickly became a Rorschach test. Many progressives cheered to see Professor Bridges school a reactionary Republican, but conservatives also cheered because they see a gift to Republican election campaigns. Unlike a Rorschach test, I think I'm pronouncing that right? However, this one has a right answer and the progressives have it wrong. Moreover, The fact that they just can't see, just how badly this exchange went for their side shows what a big mistake it was to let academia and media institutions turn into left-wing monocultures. Within these rarefied circles, Bridges' answers were exquisitely and exactly correct. She allowed no hint that late-term fetuses might have moral value, because that might suggest their interests could be weighed against those of the, well, pregnancy capable. Nor did she concede an inch to the idea that biology can trump gender identity. And when she ran out of patience with Holly's questions, she pounced in exactly the prescribed manner. Your questions are transphobic, Senator, and you are putting trans people at risk of violence or suicide by denying their lived reality. This is a meme also that I said before needs to end. You have to stop throwing the 41% number around every single fucking time somebody gets into an argument with you. You cannot do that. You have to fucking stop that. Anytime you ask a question or say or do anything and people are like, trans people are killing themselves with it, it's like, oh wow, I guess you automatically win the conversation. You gotta stop doing that. Not a good look. Yet outside those circles, Bridges' answers don't really sound so convincing. In most of America, does a late-term fetus have value is a softball. True, they obviously do. Obviously, guys, that is an easy yes. Nobody should be defending people that are advocating for third trimester abortions. 6, 7, 8 month abortions? Guys, you're literally ripping a baby out and fucking chopping its brain up and vacuuming it out. You gotta leave that one alone. I don't even think in Europe they do this shit. I don't know if in any country in Europe they will do this shit unless you can give a compelling reason to the doctor. Like, that's wild. Chill on that. You gotta chill on that. You gotta pump the gas. Brakes. Pump the gas with the car in reverse, okay? Pump the brakes on that one, okay? Yet outside those circles, Bridges' answers don't really sound so convincing. In most of America, does a late-term fetus have value as a softball? When Holly leaped in to ask whether women are the ones who give birth, I'm sorry, I just clicked this on my other monitor. I need a break today. Hold on. We're just watching this for 2 seconds, and then we're going back to it.
Here they've got copies of everything from before the fall. Books, music, SpongeBob. I freaking love SpongeBob. I mean, his best friend's a starfish.
Are you fucking serious?
Why did they make a TV show out of this? Okay, back to this. That might be fine for a Berkeley classroom, but it just won't do for a political debate in which the majority of voters disagree with you. Anyone who's ever tried to convince anyone of anything should be able to say that Bridges' approach was counterproductive. Why then did so many articles and tweets cheer the way she shut down Holly? Because there's one place that snickering, eye-rolling, and so forth are very effective, within an insular group where they help delineate the lines of acceptable belief. Sufficiently incredulous, are you suggesting? Effectively signals a silent corollary, because if you are, we'll shun you. It tells people that this topic is not up for discussion. Within progressive institutions, that's transphobic is another such signal, and it works within progressive institutions. In fact, it works too well. It leaves them unprepared to argue with outsiders. That's the whole point of having challenging views and shit on college campuses. I believe we call it not an inoculatory effect. We call it it is a something effect. What's the word that I'm looking for? There's a very specific word. We've talked about this before. No, there's an effect where when you expose people to something, it makes it so that they're more likely to deal with it well in the future. Basically, the idea is that, like, you want to have exposure to extremist ideas while you're in college, because by doing so, now you are more prepared to deal with them in the real world. You want to be able to have these experiences in college when somebody brings it up, because then you have like a safe space to kind of explore those ideas, to have pushback against it, back and forth or whatever. But like the idea that you don't want the first time. You don't want the very first time you're exposed to a radical idea to be like in the workplace. You don't want the first time you've ever been exposed to to like some insane dude on the internet comes with like a group of friends or in some Discord room and you've never heard of this before in your entire life. Like, yeah, it should happen. But now it doesn't. Now you don't get challenged in college campuses anymore. So I think it is inoculation effect. Inoculation theory. I think that was the word I was looking for. Inoculation theory is a social psychological communication theory that explains how an attitude or belief can be protected against persuasion or influence in much the same way a body can be protected against disease. For example, through pre-exposure to weakened versions of a stronger future threat. The theory uses medical inoculation as its explanatory analogy applied to attitudes or beliefs rather than to a disease. It has a great potential for building public resilience, immunity against misinformation and fake news, for example. But yeah, okay, sorry. Okay. When I was reporting on the story of the transgender college swimmer Leah Thomas, I noticed a curious disconnect. If you read newspapers, watched television, or listened to academic experts, you might have thought that most people supported Thomas, with some dissent from a few reactionaries or jealous competitors. Yet the overwhelming majority of people I actually spoke to thought it was unfair for her to compete in women's events, even though most of them were liberals who would never dream of voting Republican. They were, however, a fearfully silent majority, which meant Thomas's supporters never had to come up with good arguments. Instead, many of my questions got essentially the same answer as the ones Bridges ultimately gave to Holly. Even asking the question is transphobic and dangerous. Within a narrow set of media and academic circles, this is a devastatingly effective tactic that made it impossible for opponents to organize an effective response. Outside those circles, however, it failed utterly. The Swim Federation swiftly made new rules to bar Thomas, along with other athletes who transitioned after puberty, from participating in future races. I wondered then whether that decision might have gone differently, or at least have been less surprising if Thomas's supporters had been forced to grapple more directly with the things her opponents were saying, quietly, in private, where they couldn't be overheard. And I wonder now what future surprises are in store for progressives if progressives can't figure out how to talk to the majority of the country that disagrees with them on a whole lot of things. That thing. When you don't ever want to criticize any of the mainstream opinions, then you are leaving all of those criticisms to people like Tate. That's exactly what's happening. And that is what's happening. We've seen that happen. Or to like the people that I sit on a panel next to at that New York City Minds event. Oh, okay. Sorry. We're back.
I broke internet, just lagged out.
Oh my god, this is getting really good too. Hold on. I'm gonna say internet.
Yo, X, how you feeling during this halftime report? How you feeling about this
I'm
conversation?
okay. I just feel like
X, he's kind of debunking you right now.
I look at
the.
I'm only questioning. I haven't even started making takes and saying things. I'm really just questioning his.
He's not debunking.
I'm questioning it. I'm not even making statements yet.
He's not debunking X, but there's a couple points he brings up that I feel like I do preach about PG-13 streamers and the parameters set by Twitch and the general public that make the PG-13ers say things when I know for a fact they don't feel them. But they say them because they can't lose their job or their income from
it's
the
not mutually.
This is kind of true too. This sounds mean, and I don't mean to make it sound mean, but it's kind of mean. If oh man, hold on. This is gonna sound actually like such a shitty thing to say. If you don't do politics like hardcore, then for most political things you just shouldn't have an opinion. Like, don't say anything. If I think it actually does harm. I think it's actually harmful when there are people that are out there giving political takes on Twitter and because you're making it sound like you have to, now everybody has a circle jerk a certain opinion. So like, here's an example. If you were to come out as like any random business owner that works like in like lefty tech spaces or like all these internet spaces and be like pro-capitalism, I think people would actually shoot at you, would shit on you or shoot at you. Oh God, I have to bring up the flare thing. Don't let me forget this. I don't care about like Ethan's opinion from H3H3, or I don't care about like Linus Tech Tip's opinion about like socialism. Why are you guys even tweeting about this shit? Like, you guys don't even know what socialism is. Unironically, I bet $1 million, neither of those two people could give me like any idea of like what does it mean to have an economy arranged in a socialist manner. Like, so why are you guys tweeting about it? When people like that are starting to reinforce those opinions, you're creating this like social ideological orthodoxy where everybody has to have like this certain set of opinions, and then they all get continually like self-reinforced by a bunch of people who don't even know what they are. I think that like if you don't have any big like investment intellectually in any of these topics, then don't worry about them. Just like play games or do your computer shit or whatever. If there are important social issues, yeah, you can talk about those. If you're a woman, I'd expect you to have opinions about like feminism and like social stuff related to women. But I don't need to know what like Linus's opinion is about socialism. I don't need to hear that. It's just like, yeah, it's just so soy, and I feel like it's really negative. Also, hold on, this is something else, okay? I should have been way more apologetic to Lauren in this conversation. I didn't realize either, I'm gonna be fully honest, either I'm fucking retarded or you guys are so much more retarded. You guys are so much more retarded than I thought you were. Or I am retarded, I don't know, okay? Here is, in my mind, this is what I think, okay? I understand now why Lauren was so mad at this. And after reading what you guys say, now I think she might have actually been right. If I'm sailing in a dinghy, I'm in a little itty bitty boat, and we're stuck at sea, and there's another boat over there, and I see that boat, okay? I might say, oh my God, John, quick, fire a flare at that boat. When I say fire a flare at the boat, never in a billion years would I expect John to pick up the flare gun and shoot the flare at the boat. If he did that, I would kill him. I'd be like, are you a fucking moron? Obviously, when I say shoot the flare at the boat, shoot it in the sky in that direction so they notice. That was, when I hear people talk about shooting flares at things, that's what I'm thinking. When, oh, you shot a flare at a boat. Yeah, you're shooting a flare in their direction to get their attention. But apparently, I don't know if this is consensus around all people who thinks otherwise. Everybody in my subreddit was arguing against me that no, Destiny, when you say, because when Lauren says I didn't shoot a flare at a boat, I had like a handheld flare thing. Okay, it's the same fucking thing. Because you're just shooting flares to like get the, or having a flare to get the attention of the boat. Now I understand why she's saying it's not the same fucking thing, because people online think that, when I say shooting a flare at something, I mean like actually shooting flares at boats to set them on fire. Jesus Christ, what is happening here? Sorry, hold on, I need to find this. Okay, it's destiny@reddit.com. Wait, she didn't shoot it into the mic? No. So she didn't shoot the flare at the boat? No, I can't tell who's even asking or not. I'll be real, I thought that Lauren shot a flare at a boat to burn it. No! How do you people think this? I can't even believe you guys actually think this. I don't even know if it's possible. I don't think you can set flares on, I don't think you can set boats on fire with flares. Even if it was a wooden boat. I don't know if you could set a boat on fire with a flare. But the, I gotta pull you guys after. Hold on, let me see if I can. Okay, here. These guys are getting upvoted. When I think of shooting flares at a boat, I'm thinking you aim the flare and shoot it in the direction they notice. No shot. Not in this context. In this context, the other boat is an enemy boat, at which point shoot at it most definitely should be interpreted literally. If you encountered an enemy boat and someone told you to shoot at it, why would you think to shoot in its direction they would notice? You don't shoot flares at enemy boats! Flares aren't weapons! You guys know this, right? You guys, hold on, but I don't know if you guys know anything about flare. A flare is not like an exploding grenade, nuclear bomb, like setting shit on fire. It's not fucking napalm. Yeah, but this, so I will say I'm super sorry. I am super sorry to Lauren. I didn't know that you guys actually all thought this. I had no idea. So I'm gonna be way more careful with my verbiage from now on. You can't ignore the context. If you say stopping migrant boat by shooting flares at them, yeah, you shoot the flare to get the attention so that the boat stops and either picks you up or has to move. Do you guys know what kind of ship the Aquarius is? It's a real big ass giant fucking thing. Do you think that you're gonna shoot a flare at this boat to stop it? You're not gonna, are you like aim for the captain's eyes? But listen, I understand, maybe you guys, this is my fault. Going forward in the future, I'll be way more careful. I was imagining that Lauren was firing a flare gun at the boat in an attempt to intimidate or scare whoever was in the boat. How big do you think these boats are, guys? It's not like a two-seater. It's not like a little itty-bitty, like... But, okay, anyway, I know this now for the future. That when we talk about... If I say shooting a flare at something, apparently a good chunk of you guys actually believe that I mean aiming a flare at a boat. Yeah, true. You guys thought that the Aquarius was like this ship. Or like this ship. What? Did you confirm if it was even a flare gun or just a hand flare? If it was a hand flare, headshotting the immigrant is even more sure. Yeah, this is why because Lauren was like, there's a huge difference between shooting a flare and like having a hand flare. I'm like, no, there's not. It's the same thing. You have a giant fucking light to get somebody's attention. But now I see why she's saying it's a huge difference, because you can't actually fire a flare gun at other people. Whereas you guys thought when I say shoot a flare at a boat, I mean actually aim the flare gun at the boat and try to shoot and hit somebody in the boat. Okay, anyway, we're moving past that. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're back on... okay, I need to just... Hold on, I gotta meditate for 1 second. My brain is all over the place. Their entire purpose of being on the boat was to prevent illegal immigration. What the fuck are you saying? Lauren's boat wasn't stranded or sinking. They were in an ocean with the sole purpose of trying to intercept and disrupt the boat, attempting to save migrants. I don't know why he's spamming caps. Nothing he's saying is contradicting anything I'm saying. I don't know. I don't understand. I can spam caps too. I don't understand what the point is. You can shoot a flare gun at someone. That's totally possible. It still hurt someone if it hits someone. You're being so autistic with your words right now. If someone told you they shot a flare gun at a boat, I'd think they'd literally shot it. I understand. I'm gonna be more careful with my words.
Obama.
So one of us is fucked, and it's funny. This is funny because either I'm autistic terminally or you're autistic terminally. So. It's funny. I'm either laughing at you or laughing at myself. You know, who knows?
Didn't say Simon Says.
What do you think the word "at" means in that sentence? Like in their direction. Like, hey.
Didn't say Simon Says.
I'm trying to think if I could do this in like a video game. Like if we're running around in Rust, we're trying to get like somebody's attention. I'd be like, hey, fire the flare at them. Like I feel like I could say that. Like, hey, go fire a flare at Dan and Mooten. But it would be like fire a flare in the air towards them to get their attention. Not actually like aim at them with a gun and shoot at them. Like, or signal them with a flare, I guess you could say too. I'm trying to think if there's any other comparable do this at them. I don't know, who knows? It might also be the case that a lot of you guys are young and you played a lot of TF2, and apparently they added flare guns, I think, to the flamethrower dude afterwards. So if you were stranded on an island and want to get the attention of the boat, where would you fire the flare? I'd fire it at the boat. You'd fire the flare at the boat, meaning like in the sky, in the trajectory, like towards the boat. You wouldn't just shoot it straight up, you'd shoot it at the boat. Or I guess you could say towards the boat. You'd fire it in the direction of the boat to get the attention of the boat. Then say the sky. But no one, you're not just shooting the flare randomly into the sky. You're firing at the boat in the direction of the boat. But that's okay. Listen, it's all good, okay? What's the point of trying to get their attention? Genuinely asking. When Lauren and them were on the, I think they were just trying to get the boat to stop and turn around by like scaring them off. Or something. It's hard to say. They were in a boat that was too small to ever stop them. I don't know, maybe to get them to stop and pause and think or whatever, but like they're not scaring them off with flares. It's not like they're gonna shoot flares and the boat's gonna be like, oh, we gotta turn around. This like 4-seater out there is gonna fucking take us out. But they didn't have projectile flares. They just had like a flare, not a gun, a flare, whatever a non-projectile gun or whatever. All right, we're going back to this.
You cannot prove a statement. You cannot prove it.
Income from
it's not mutually exclusive. You cannot prove a statement. You cannot prove a statement is being made because of the fucking loss of income or whatever the fuck. Because I would have way more proof of the exact opposite.
It doesn't apply to you, X. It doesn't apply to you. It applies to. Yeah, I preach it toward the PG-13ers, right? The ones that glue smiles on their fucking faces and act robotic and virtue signal on every fucking avenue, right? Like, we know they're human beings at the end of the day. Right, yeah, it's those that I preach that against, right? I don't think it's right. Like, I think what he's saying about that is correct. I don't think it should be applied to you, though, because I know you're just like me. You speak your fucking mind. If we get banned, we get banned. We eat that fucking ban, right?
Yeah, okay.
We speak our mind.
In that regard,
there's nothing that you guys hold back at all. There's nothing.
Fuck no. Why would I?
Do you watch my streams, Los Pollos? Do you watch them?
Dude, you know I watch your. I'm saying
those
like
motherfuckers hate me, bro.
You're saying that.
By the way, they added the flare gun in the game in 2008. Yeah, I stopped playing TF2 in like 2007 or 2008. I think I started playing right when they added it because I think there were 1 or 2 classes that got secondary weapons, and I thought it was a really big deal. Like they added the flare gun to the flame dude. Oh, that is when I quit, actually. I remember, because I always used to just play a sniper in the back of the map like an asshole, and then when flame guys started to be able to snipe me with flare guns, I just quit. I was like, fuck this. I shouldn't be getting sniped by a flamethrower dude, and then I quit playing. So that is when that is around the same time I quit. The game came out in 2007. I didn't play TF2 for fucking years, okay? I played it for a bit, and I stopped.
Nothing, I'm saying, there's nothing that you've ever had to hold back on.
The only thing I hold back on are the jokes that Nick Polam has said. If I could say on stream, I'd be the funniest streamer on the planet. It's my jokes. The jokes I hold back because the jokes are the only things I hold back. But my views and my opinions, I say them straight out and I'm hated.
Now I for sure had to hold back on some
Okay,
of the jokes.
the reality is when you're
I
live
feel
like
like we
20.
all had to hold back on jokes and certain
Everybody
things.
gotta hold back.
Jokes,
We
yeah.
all hold back, bro. Come on, we all do.
Only for jokes.
Yeah,
not
like
my
if you're
political
saying
views.
no, that's kind of like
no,
I mean,
for
yeah, but
jokes,
jokes.
yes.
Wait, hold on. I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
back on jokes and certain
Everybody
things.
gotta hold back.
Jokes,
We
yeah.
all hold back, bro. Come on, we all do.
Only for jokes.
Yeah,
not
like
my
if you're
political
saying
views.
no, that's kind of like
No,
I mean,
for
yeah, but
jokes,
jokes,
yes.
not your opinion.
Not
No,
everything,
I
not
know
everything, for jokes.
crazy
For
shit
jokes.
online.
I hold
and
back
my-
inappropriate shit. Like sometimes I want to scratch my balls and pull my cock out. Cause I like having my balls out sometimes when I'm off stream. I don't pull my balls out on stream. So yeah, I am holding back, I guess, but not in ways that are not morally or fucking like that don't align. Like I don't know.
My political views, my opinions on others, I don't hold back. Jokes,
Right.
yes, sexist jokes, borderline racist jokes, yes, I hold those back because we live in a society. And before the chat,
Okay, that is true.
listen, chat, y'all got no right. Y'all got no right to sit here and say, why do you hold back on jokes? You are the ones that cancel all of us for it.
Facts.
You're the ones that
That's
cancel all of us
true.
for
That's
the
true.
hypocrites.
That's
That's
true.
true, to be honest.
You
That's true.
cancel us
That's
for it.
true.
You're the ones that
Bro,
people watching
You
okay,
cancel
yeah.
us.
Okay, I agree. I even agree even more. Sometimes I feel like I'm about to make a joke that I heard one day. I don't even know what the foundation of that joke is. I just want to say it to farm lols, right? I want to be a funny moment for others, and I don't fucking understand the joke. I want to say that. Of course I can't, because you're gonna get canceled, whatnot, right? But that's
so then you do hold shit back though. You do.
so I guess yeah, you do hold shit back. Sometimes I want to fucking jerk off, and I don't do it on stream because I get banned. So yeah, I'm holding back.
No, bro.
Nah, not back. No. He's saying like gangster shit.
Why would you have the impulse to jerk off on stream? That's not the same as
He's
telling
giving
a
an
joke.
example. He's giving an example, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Well, it's not what about isn't either. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that you do hold back that are inappropriate. Just like in the real world, when you have a real conversation with somebody, you hold back certain things that are just
It's not
kind of
about
weird.
being inappropriate. It's
yeah,
more
but I've
so
never
about,
been having
like,
a conversation with someone and wanted to jerk off.
Okay,
like, I'm not a
okay.
psycho.
Another thing about that, I go to a party. Okay, I go to a party
crazy.
and I meet this group of people, and this girl has gigantic titties, and I'm a big titty guy. I look at it, I want to say, oh my god, these are huge tits. I like them a lot. I want to say that. Yeah, okay. Well, so what? I want to say that. I don't say that ever.
fucking horny.
So I am holding back.
Oh my god, why are you so horny, bro?
I don't know. I
Nah,
just,
horny though.
Hold on. That's different though.
Every example you're giving is so
that's different,
horny.
though.
Yeah, that was mad horny.
There's holding back.
Gosh.
There's holding back because of maturity,
look at your
situational
phone.
awareness, context, shit like that, right? And there's holding back because of society's current day closed-minded awareness that they believe is woke, right? Like those are the two differences, right? Jerking off or telling a chick she has fat titties and you want to suck them, like that's a maturity thing you hold back because you know it's not appropriate and it's not respectful, right? That has nothing to do with being real or fake. That's why real and fake when you grow up is not black and white like it is when you're fucking 15 years old. And that's why a lot of the chat can't understand that, right? What we're talking about are parameters that cause certain streamers to be censored because they'll get deplatformed and the main viewer bases will try to destroy them and rip them apart.
Train.
Two different things.
I've talked to Destiny about this, and he had a very good point about this. Okay, I'll tell you why this shit works like that. Okay, I've preached about this before, and I said it once. I'll say it again. Okay, the problem with these things, okay, is that. When you have people that are literally anti-woman or anti-whatever race or whatever, right? And you make certain statements, right, that you know somehow are intricate and funny in a way, and you have to explain, right? And you think that you're saying, oh, dude, woman can't drive, ha? And the chat says, ha, ha, ha. People say, ha. But you know for a fact, a decent portion of people out there are like, yeah, fuck, they can't drive, fucking women,
Nah,
right?
Alex, he gave you trauma.
No, don't give a fuck. That's how it is. You are literally empowering people that are dog shit, validating them, making it do more, and these people are empowered by that. That's the problem.
Yes,
it has
why.
a good and as an influencer or as a platform, you're empowering that. You're giving them validity. That's the problem.
Yes, there's two things that need to be made clear though.
When you say, oh, just slap that fucking woman. Yeah, fuck the woman. No, fucking slap that girl.
Hold on.
But guys, but it was a joke. Guys, but it was a joke though.
Hold on.
But it was a joke. So we're all good. We're all good though. It was a joke.
Oh, like the stream, guys. Yeah, true. Good
I want to say
reminder.
this, okay? So there's two things that need to be made clear, okay? Yes, you're right in that sense. I think there needs to be a responsibility to explain the context like I do and that like I've learned to now, right? But the second thing that needs to be made clear is this is a story as old as fucking time, okay? all of us can relate to this back in class, right? If the teacher gave us, let's say, no fucking test today, there was always that one dumb motherfucker, that fucking fat fucking cocksucker that ruined it for everybody, fucking did something or said something, and the teacher's like, oh, he ruined it, test for everybody. So listen, here's what needs to be made clear. It's not that the majority of who he's preaching to are incels. It's that there is going to be a small percentage of incels that don't understand what the majority of the group that's listening to him, he doesn't understand the context of it, because he is actually an incel. He is actually a sexist,
exactly.
Right? That small percentage.
Yes.
So here's the thing. It's not that he's preaching to a general huge population of incels. It's that he has to go above and beyond and ruin the time of the greater population that understands it's a joke, and be clear for the small percentage of incels and actual sexists.
If that's what you have to do,
understand?
If that's what you have to do to stop, if that's the caution it takes in your dialogue to prevent people from doing crazy shit out there, right? Then so fucking be it. If that's the price for people to die less often and having less abuse in the fucking households, then so fucking be it. I don't give a fuck.
Like that. Listen, if those people already like that,
X is right.
and they're gonna be like that no matter what, bro.
But listen,
it doesn't matter if Tate is saying something or not.
Los,
you can't change Tate. He's already
Los, listen. X is right, okay? All Tate has to do is add one line in there that gives that hint where he doesn't support that extreme sexism. That's it. That's it. You just make it clear you're not supporting sexism or misogyny. You make that clear, and the jokes are not going to be taken this way by people like X or whoever else. That's it. You just add one line in there, and that's it. If you don't add that, listen. If you don't, wait, real quick. X. Here's the part I don't agree with, okay? If you don't add that line, listen, Tate clearly is smart enough and aware enough and has gone through enough in life to understand when you don't add that line, you're going to get more viewers. Do you understand? So he doesn't want to give that line, not because he believes he's not doing what we're saying he's
Train
doing.
is true
he doesn't
as
want
fuck
to give
there.
that extra line because he's going to lose maybe 2% viewership, and he doesn't want to lose that. Do you understand?
Yeah,
and that is the issue I have.
Exactly. It's why I thought it was ironic that he speaks of the Matrix when
but he's trapped in his own Matrix.
Income, whatever the fuck. When he actually partakes in that Matrix for the attention or money that he gets with his rants, knowing very well that he doesn't mean it in a certain way, but gains more by saying that for the people who are like that. He's part of that same Matrix. He's like delusional that he doesn't.
Okay, chill.
That's delusional.
Yeah, but it's like an illusion. Like he doesn't want to lose the illusion. Like
then he's deluded and needs some help. Like we all do.
He knows what he's doing.
I mean, he knows what he just doesn't care.
Then when he comes back into the call, tell him you're a clown and you act in ways to gain it, and you're part of the Matrix. Dumb fuck. Same. Tell him.
The shit that you said about like, oh, what about Borat, who's like clearly like an offensive character?
Yes.
But like, it's like for entertainment. Like, why can't we just look at this guy as like just entertainment? Why does it have to be so deeply dissected? Like,
okay, here's something that I don't get, or I do get it. Here's something that is irritating to me. People will say like something is just for jokes or something is entertainment. I don't know if people are genuinely this stupid or if they're just trying to find bullshit excuses or if they're just not like using their brain like a little bit. Things are only funny when they're hinting at something that's kind of true. Like, unless you're actually talking about, unironically, just absurdist humor. Generally, things are funny because there's an aspect of truth to them, right? Like, there's a reason why we have, like, blonde jokes. And it's because people, have, like, the stereotype of, like, the blonde bimbo woman. I don't think when people are like, oh, it's just a joke, so there's no, like, it's fine. Well, sure, but jokes are funny for reasons. And if you're constantly joking, like implying a certain thing, you have to contend with that thing that you're implying. Not to say that like all offensive jokes are bad or you shouldn't be able to joke with certain things. Obviously, I'm not that kind of person. I think we should be able to joke about all sorts of things. But like, it's irritating when people are just like, oh, it's just a joke. Like, okay, what, does that mean there's no amount of truth to it? Like, wouldn't it be funny, like, if everybody saw your 2-inch dick and it's like, bro, that's not cool. Well, why not? It's just a joke. Well, you're implying, well, who cares? It's just a joke, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. When people do that, it's just a joke. Therefore, there's no aspect or element of truth. I feel dumb even explaining this. Like, that's so obvious.
It's not,
if he was like that for entertainment, he wouldn't be here then.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Because
me personally, I look at it, I don't watch a relationship, but I look at it as I don't take this nigga serious. It's entertainment.
You just said, bro, there has to be a balance, bro. XQC, not everybody can be as positive as you, bro. It's facts. Not everybody can be as positive as you. Positivity.
That's what I'm saying.
I will gladly lose. I will.
He's a character, and it's like, don't get beat.
Then let's all close the call. Then
being toxic.
Then let's not even be here and just close the call and get the fuck out of it. There's no point being here. Then there's no point. No, I'm not kidding. There is no point
millions of
being
people
here.
Like
Then
you spreading a good message, and me seeing Tate troll or whatever the fuck he's doing, I'm not gonna feel the need to like, oh my god, you're a fucking terrible person.
Okay, then I'd rather spend my time doing other shit than empower fake dog shit messages that are translating to comedy for entertainment while causing real life damage. I will lose on it. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to condemn them. I don't need it.
That's why we have.
By your own logic, then, would the offensive joke now be funny because of its implied truth? I mean, it could be. It depends on how many levels of comedy you want to go down, right? Like, theoretically, you could argue that that's my pedophile jokes are just like, I'm a pedophile, and that's like, the joke is that it would be ridiculous to out yourself as a pedophile or to even imply rape. So like, I mean, you can go down like different avenues of like humor, sure, but I'm saying that like at the end of the day, there's gonna be some like attachment to reality for why the joke is funny. You know, it's not just like random shit. Like if I were to go on Twitter right now and start tweeting like, by the way, guys, like I'm a carpenter, and like LOLing, like, why is that funny? Like if you were a carpenter, who would care? Like there's not any, like what's the joke, right? There's just like no, there's like there has to be some like attachment foundational to something based in reality, whether it's a person's response to something or perceive, or if you want to get into weird anti-humor or a surrealist humor, there doesn't have to be. But then in a way there has to be because it doesn't have to be, and that's the type. But
we have you to watch you to when we want to be serious and we're being dead ass. We listen to a motherfucker like xQc.
Yeah. Hey, I have a good example. The same actor who did Borat, he has a show called like This Is America or something, right?
Yes.
And he has like 4 different characters.
Yes.
That are clearly like psychotic. Like there's like a racist dude. There's like a guy who loves guns and all this stuff, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
He's playing a character for entertainment. What? Nobody's like mad at him because there's like, dude. But I get what you're saying. You could like, you don't know if Tate is like himself or playing a character. That's why you even are wanting to debate him.
Okay, you're comparing that you're literally comparing it like a pro with it's his entire life went to comedy school, some shit. The whole thing's comedy. He does skits for big corporate companies and makes a dark joke about Asian people, whatever the fuck. You're comparing that guy to the Modern Warfare 2 lobby guy that says no. And you're comparing these two guys like, oh yeah, that was the joke though. What? This guy in my Modern Warfare lobby, such a comedian. What a good intricate joke he did right there. What a good.
The difference is X is talking around it, but he's not saying this as clearly as it could be. The difference is that you know that Borat is joking because he's Borat. That's Borat. That's the joke. It's Borat. The things that Borat the things that Borat is doing are only funny because it's Borat. If it was another person just randomly doing them, they wouldn't be funny because you don't know if they're joking or not, right?
Comedian.
He's on podcasts and show, and he's not a random guy.
What? Yes, in those topics, in those area, is he known to fucking debate to a high degree with intellectual people? No, he's not.
He's becoming known. Dude, how did he get known? How did we all see it? We all saw a clip of him saying some crazy shit, and then and people laughed at it. That's how we all have first seen this guy.
To be fair to X's argument, I actually saw him the first time ever on Adin's stream last stream.
Too. I'm not gonna lie, me too.
That's my first time.
Okay.
And what was he talking about? He was
that
saying
was your first time ever hearing about Tate.
You guys don't get it. You guys don't get it.
No, not hearing. Because everyone in my chat goes, "Oh, you're literally Twitch's version of Tate," and I used to take it as because all I used to hear was like incel this, incel that. I'm like, the fuck you guys talking about, right? So the first time I actually heard him speak was on your stream, but I've heard his name because people compare me to him for some reason.
Right.
Guys. This to me, this show you could call it at 5 a.m. in the morning. To me, that's like a little bit of a behind the scenes. Okay, I'm not talking to chat. I'm not doing Christian to entertain them. I'm not doing the monkey dance. Okay, we're just here fucking talking. To me, that's the behind the scenes. When you say that Borat guy, he goes on the news often, right? And he has interviews. Does he go on crazy, insane rants like that? No, he shows up and talks like a fucking normal motherfucking human being and says normal shit. And that character is very racist. Yeah, it's my character. I work on that. I did research for that. I do that for a fucking living. But right now I'm talking, and to me I would expect when he comes here, he's just talking. But you guys say, oh no, he's going on crazy rants because it's a character, it's a character, it's a character, it's a character. What the fuck is that? It's not.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by the monkey dance? What do you mean by the monkey dance?
The monkey dance.
Hold on, Top G is back. Hold on.
Yeah. What's up, Top G? They just fucking go for a run, bro.
Something's wrong with my internet. I don't know why.
It's brokey.
Is there bad Wi-Fi over there?
Brokey internet.
It is. What?
Can you hear me now, though? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we?
I don't remember. It was fuck. Again, reiterate, because we were talking when you went out there.
I believe before he lagged out, you were giving the example of how before he gave the example that the male accidents that are high are young males, and he gave an.
I don't think it matters whether or not Tate is a character in regards to being funny. Well, there's like the issue is like, where does the laugh come from? And why are people laughing? Whether or not we want to determine if we're talking on a moral level, whether or not it's good or not, right? So the really good example of this is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And by the way, these lines get blurred, which is an issue sometimes. Anytime you're doing satire kind of humor, right? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If those people were real people, then arguably it shouldn't be funny. They should just be horrible. But that's the joke. The joke is that they're terrible people, and that's why you're laughing at them. You're laughing at them because they're terrible. But as soon as Dennis is like a real person, it's not funny anymore. He's just a horrible person. You're supposed to laugh because it's horrible, right?
An example that he wouldn't hop in a car with an 18-year-old chick, and you said that he's countering, or he's being hypocritical and being contradictory to his previous statement that young men cause accidents. The majority of male accidents.
Georgiana?
Is that your maid?
No, it's a masseuse. Georgiana, can you bring my sunglasses, please? I don't know where they are.
Right. She's like, why is he talking to me like that? He didn't talk to me like that off camera, bro. What the fuck?
So what were we talking about?
That's fact, yeah. He definitely apologizes to her and said,
yo, be real. When the camera goes off, your apology like, yo, I'm sorry I was speaking to you that way.
He takes care of her off camera. None of this shit.
I'll give you a good tip today. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Dude, that internet lag, that's what could set this skit up for sure.
Wait, who that?
Yeah, who down the right?
Always remember, don't ever forget this. If I ever can impart one piece of information onto your brains, okay, about these like red pill ultra alpha guys, as much as these dudes try to set themselves apart, and as much as they try to show you how like alpha or ultra masculine are, remember that for these types of men, and really to some extent for all men, your ultimate sense of validation is never going to come from you. It's never going to be about your accomplishments or achievements. It's never going to be about any of that shit. It's always going to be about what women think about you. These types of men especially are slaves to what women think about them. And it's why anytime they can get any woman around them, they have to show them off. They have to have other guys seeing, because the ultimate sense, the ultimate test of a man is a woman, is to have the validation of a woman. And the more women you get around you showing that like they like you, the better you can feel around other men. Yeah, it's always the case.
Yeah, we gotta.
Oh my God, who is that?
Hold on, never mind. You gotta know.
Yo, X, cover your eyes, bro.
Yes!
Come on, man.
Yeah, you hear that? Yeah.
So what were we arguing about?
Yo,
Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy, bro. This nigga swear he cool as shit, bro.
That makes no sense.
This man's a GTA character.
Bro, look at this nigga, bro.
Well, it's not organized. I had the massage planned, but Adin messaged me. So obviously she has to do it while I work. That's how it goes.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know what we're arguing about. I don't know. I think we're going off the deep end. Yeah, but I think you said something about the Matrix, and you said that my income depends on me acting a certain way, so I preach the choir type of shit. When I said that I genuinely think that you have your own Matrix in that regard, and you do the same for your views and your things. That's how it is.
Well, I think that different people appeal to different people. That's fine.
What a worthless
that
statement.
That wasn't the point I was making at all. The point I was making at all is that you are not allowed to have a controversial opinion. I am. That's the point I was making. The point I was making is that I do not need the internet to be rich or to be significant. So I don't give a fuck. I've been banned 1,000 times. I'll be banned 1,000 times more, and it doesn't even cross my mind. My point is, respectfully, if you were to conclude through your own personal experiences, if you were to come to a conclusion which you know the parameters of the Matrix see is controversial, you still wouldn't even fucking say it, because it's all risk and no reward for you. That's why I'm saying that for you to sit here and disagree with everything I say, I understand why you're doing it.
Okay.
This is 1,000,000% true. It is true, and it's why I don't like it. And maybe I'd have to think about it, but I don't like it all the time when like streamers come out and they like give their takes on like certain like socio-political issues. It's gonna sound like so judgmental. Maybe you could get me in like, well, it's important to show solidarity or something. Like, I don't really care what the average streamer thinks. Like, if you're not a political streamer, I don't care what Pokey thinks about Roe v. Wade. Like, I already know what you're gonna tweet. I know every single thing about it. Showing support does nothing. Like, it is what it is. Like, I know what your opinion is, and I know that if you disagree, you'd never say it in a million years. And this isn't just to Pokey. This is to every large like. I'm pointing out Pokey because she's like probably one of the most like kind of brand friendly, safe, like largest female streamer personality people. But this is true of like any large streamer like that. That's like kind of like mainstream. If you disagreed with it, you'd never say it ever. I know that, and so your agreement means nothing to me. Like, I just don't care. Like you're to borrow Andrew's terminology, you're giving me the Matrix answer. Like, I already know what you're gonna say. I don't need to hear it. Just keep it to yourself. You know.
I also understand why you will ignore your own eyes, your own ears, and your own personal experiences. You'll ignore them completely because it doesn't benefit you to talk the truth. You will sit here and you will repeat the new thing, the new speech. You will say what you were supposed to say. That is we all have different.
Come on, dude.
Bro, this motherfucker.
Bro, why does he just go into his fucking... Hot. Bro, why is his internet so fucking bad?
He lives at RPT.
What's that?
He lives at RPT.
I know what that is, RPT.
Yo.
Well, we can't see anymore. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna argue that, what are you saying? It just doesn't really make sense. Like, it's like a...
X2, are you the one booting him?
The RPT Wi-Fi, yeah.
Dude, I think that you're trying to argue with him and it'll never work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Because he's never gonna sit there and like admit like, oh, you're right. Like, that's not his character. He's never gonna say you're right.
I ain't gonna lie.
Well, then, like I said,
literally polar opposites. Like, you guys are
then if we know it's a character, why are we even here and talking about this shit? We should talk about how women should do this and that and have fun with some bullshit fucking comedy skit. And why the fuck are we doing this anyway then?
I mean, his whole thing right now is like he's free and he's not held by the internet.
If every time I win an argument, you only say this argument for entertainment, and because it's content or wacky or whatever the fuck.
Well, what if it's not for entertainment though?
Oh man, I mean, Lowe's said it absolutely 100 it was, so why bother?
I mean, I thought all of this is supposed to be entertainment, like everything.
I mean, it's entertaining in its own way. The fact that it's kind of real to a certain point is also making it more entertaining.
Yeah, it is kind of like I believe Tate believes all this shit, but all the extra shocking fucking clips that you see, it's entertainment. Like, it's pure entertainment. But what he's speaking right now, like,
I think it's a bigger exaggeration of the truth. Like, literally, a big exaggeration of his truth.
Like I said, the fact that it has a portion of real, right, or a good amount of it, it's what's even more entertaining. That's kind of how it works. Why is a prank good to watch on YouTube? Because it's real. The faker the pranks get, the less it's consumable.
Yeah, like, this is just true. I can never tell what people's engagement. Like, if you look at like any stand-up comic ever, like, all of them are funny. Like, almost every single stand-up comic, unless you're talking about like prop comedy, like the Carrot Top guys, like every single stand-up comic. The reason why they're funny is because they're giving you like some sort of like comedic insight into our day-to-day life. That's why they're all funny. It's not just because they're saying wacky, random, everyday shit. It's generally because they're giving you some kind of like insight into like daily life. That's usually what the funniest comedy skits are.
And you like watching it, and a fucking story. It has to be somewhat authentic, right? Except you're saying that this guy's entire rants and all of his takes are all prefabricated for maximum entertainment, and none of it is real, which I think is a complete fucking, it's an absolute oversight.
The Matrix doesn't want you to... Can you see?
We could see, yeah.
Someone's shutting me down.
No, Andrew's saying that the Matrix, which I agree, does not want him to talk. I agree because like it shut him down all the time.
W translator, Aiden. W translator, bro.
I'm not dick sucking, Soki. Somebody stopping the fucking connection.
You're putting it all in there, bro. Just chill. Chill.
Okay.
Dumb shit, bro.
Telling you, it's agents.
Maybe we could talk about another topic, and then maybe it's gonna be less controversial and be less Matrixers somehow.
Let's go.
Well, I don't get it. Don't
open to discuss anything. I was told that you disagree with everything I say, so I'm just here.
Yeah, most things. I mean, some of the motivational shit or whatever the fuck, it's like reiterated stuff that you hear on fucking billionaire self-help books or some shit, which are fine. I think I agree with a lot of them. I'm not gonna fucking dick ride and say that I agree with the rest of them because that's what people do. You know, you say a lot of true shit and you slip some dog shit in the middle, and then people will take it as a truth, which is fair to be honest.
Well, I don't try and slip dog shit into my views. My views are my views, and they're based on my personal experiences, and I don't try and slip dog shit in. I don't attempt to do that on purpose. I don't think it's dick riding to agree with everything someone says either. I don't think it's dick riding to agree with people. The internet's, like I said, I'm new to all this space. It's weird. It's a weird place. Like if I were to come along and say I 100% agree with all of the things that X man says, people are going to insult me for that. I'm not saying I agree with every single thing about his being, but the things he says on the internet, I may agree with all of them. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I also agree with that. I also agree that this new the thing of meta of saying, oh, dick ride or whatever, because you generally agree with all the takes, it just so happened to it. People say dick riding, that's fucking stupid. I also agree. Okay, but other than that though, I just feel like a lot of times, like I said, I agree with some of your good takes, right? About things that are motivational, whatever the fuck, right? Whenever you just slip in some garbage, right? It happens a lot. And
Hold on, X, you might have.
DC'd? You think he DC'd?
Tate, look at him. Look at him, bro. He's done, bro.
Don't be weird. Don't be fucking weird.
Wait, I feel like your Always Sunny comparison is disanalogous. Always Sunny is a TV show. It's obviously not going to be assumed that all of it is a joke. Or it's obviously just going to be assumed that all of it is a joke. Even if Tate is playing a character who's not playing real life spaces, if Tate isn't a character, it would be just as funny. The funniest is the fact that someone like this actually exists. Wait, I don't even know what you're saying. The second half feels like it disagrees with the first half, but yeah, it's supposed to be disanalogous. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's always funny, or it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is funny because they're characters. But if they were real people, they would be horrible. So if Tate, we don't know if Tate is a character or not. So the type of support or the laughs that he's getting are probably from people that genuinely believe in the stuff that he's saying. Like I would imagine a lot of the support that he gets is from people that think that he's like a truth sayer. Like he's actually like speaking truth to power, talking against the Matrix, etc., etc.
I'm not backpedaling. I said the same thing over and over. I said it again over and over again. I said this over and over again. I will keep saying it.
Hey, man.
The motivational takes are...
Angelado X,
what?
That's cap, bro.
A really good example of this might actually be Mr. Girl, where people don't know whether to laugh or be horrified at his videos. Why? Because we can't tell if they're serious or not, right?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like Aiden will deliberately agree with anything a certain person says, and that's dick riding.
It's why I'm here. So I'm here to bring a bit of balance.
How am I dick ride? What did I say tonight that was dick
because last time...
You just said that the Matrix doesn't want him to go.
Bro, I'm trolling, bro. Like, do I really think the Matrix is stopping this shit? No.
I don't like Tate and his opinions, but his self-care things he says, some of them are okay in my opinion. They're probably not okay. They're probably better than okay. They're probably really good. But again, that's the issue. That's the big issue with the left, is the left kind of like said, fuck like young white dudes. We don't care about them anymore. They're all racist. So, okay, well in that case, the only people left to talk to young white dudes are probably gonna be people that you hate and don't like. Like, yeah, there's a problem of like complain about forever.
Yeah, how'd you become the richest man on the planet? Trillionaire or some shit?
Trillionaire.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
So I was a kickboxer for a long time. I was fighting for money. There's not that much money in kickboxing.
Okay, it's not his accent. It's not. Is there some way that this Tate guy talks so he sounds a little bit like Mizkif? Am I crazy? Or also this combo was way more boring than I thought it was. Does this like pick up again or?
And then my first serious entrepreneurial. I mean, I ran lots of businesses. Did this, did that.
Like what?
Okay. Everything, man. I had a normal job for a while when I was kickboxing, and I did some different things. And I did some things I shouldn't have done, and blah blah blah, and was in jail for a little while, and got out, and then I opened up a webcam company. I had girls sitting on the internet talking to men, and I ended up scaling that up to having 75 women working for me. That's how I first made millions of dollars.
Fucking porn website. Fire.
Damn, what the fuck?
You don't know this story? This is like my most known story online. You don't know this?
You never told it to me.
Why do I keep getting water bottles?
It's a really long story, and I've told it. I've told it very, very well on some other podcasts. But the short version of it was, I got in some debt to some dangerous men, and I needed money fast. And I was sitting in my room trying to work out a way to make money, because at the time I was only fighting, and I didn't have a fight coming up for a while, and I was researching how money works. Like, I was trying to understand how money works, where it comes from. This is where I learned about the Federal Reserve and fractional reserve banking and all these things. So, interesting point he made earlier about, you know, the Matrix and its currency and how it's all a lie. I understand all that very well.
Oh
but that really made me mad, because now I understand money's bullshit and I still don't have any. And I was really upset. And I was sitting there with a piece of paper trying to write down my assets and my liabilities and, like, you know, trying to write down all the geek shit they tell you. And for assets, I wrote down that obviously, you know, I'm strong, but I'm already fighting. I'm brave, but I'm already fighting. Yeah. I had all these girlfriends, but I thought, well, I can't afford to open a strip club. I'm not going to put them out on the track. I'm not that kind of guy. They're my girls. And then I discovered by accident, when I was clicking around on these websites, I saw those things in the corner, you know, talk to live girls now. And I thought, well, my girls could do that. And long story short, I ended up with 75 women and 4 premises and making $1.4 million a month. And that's how it all started. That was about 10 years ago.
Oh,
that's the story. Yeah, there's an in-depth version of it, but that's the story. And people listen to that and they seem to think that for some reason I was exploitative, but it's absolutely the opposite. I'm a feminist, bro. I empower women to make as much money as they want to make, and I help them do it. I'm here and
as long as it's for you, right?
It's
for them.
He's a pimp.
No.
So look, X. This is what I wanted to actually ask the question, because I know it was a question that you had. Hold on, Andrew. The one of the takes that you made on my stream about that you should take 100% of, you know, your girls' OnlyFans. I know, X, you felt some type of way about that.
Yeah,
Andrew,
they said that you were joking 100% and you weren't joking. So I assumed that you were joking, but I still hold this take that you weren't.
Well, it depends, right? So if it's a girl who were to come to me and say, Andrew, I would like you to help me make money on OnlyFans, and they would come to me for my marketing expertise, then of course it would be a fair deviation. I make 20%, 30%, whatever. That's different. But if it's my girlfriend, my long-term partner, and we're going to be together forever, and she decides to go down that particular career path, I think I should have a much larger stake, because she is my girl, and she is now giving away some of the most private and intimate parts of her body to the internet. Those parts of her body belong to me effectively, because she's my woman. That's the whole point of being with somebody. So to pretend that she's going to do that and make a bunch of money and give me nothing I find that disrespectful. I would sooner tell her, look, you're not doing OnlyFans, and she would obviously listen.
So I called it then that you weren't actually joking. It was an actual true statement, right?
Yeah, if I had a serious long-term girlfriend and me and her are together and we're going to be together forever, and she says, I'm desperate to do OnlyFans, I say, you don't need to, we're rich. She goes, no, I really, really want to. I say, okay, the money's mine then.
Okay, then we can dismantle these statements into one at a, like, small rocks. We can approach them one at a time, right? Because there's a lot that, respectfully, okay, I think there's a lot of parts of that are garbage, right? But I don't want to say something at the whole rock, and we have to do small rock pebble at a time, you know, right? So, cool. Also, this motherfucker can laugh over here. You see next to me? Los Polos. He's laughing, but he said you were trolling, so you were joking 100%. Right? He's holding his tongue right now, because maybe he's gonna be, right? But he said you were wrong 100% about this, and so wrong that you were joking. So I don't know why he's holding his tongue right now.
Wait, what did I do?
I'm just saying.
It's a very particular scenario, right? You have to understand that the scenario in which I would take 100% is a very, very particular one. In general, when I had my business, and I know you're saying that they only made money for me, they made money for themselves. I turned girls, I would actually sit here and say, as the biggest misogynist on this panel, I've turned more girls into multimillionaires than any of you. I've made girls multi-millionaires. This is 10 years ago at the beginning of all this shit, before OnlyFans, when webcamming was new. I took girls from Starbucks and made them millions and millions and millions of dollars and paid them.
Wait, how much is this guy actually, worth? I thought I looked this up and it was like, I thought 30 million was the figure that I saw. How old is this guy? And like, is he actually like a fucking 100 millionaire, like billionaire dude? Or like, was this campsite as big as he said it was? Or... He's 35, gotcha, okay. Did he run, what campsite is he talking about? He committed financial crimes via campsite, so it's unclear. Is there actually a problem with not wanting your partner to do OnlyFans? No, if you don't want your partner to do OnlyFans, that's probably fine. Although having them do it and then keeping all the money is probably a little weird, but...
Them fairly, never missed a single paycheck.
Okay.
I'm as feminist as you can get. Now, yeah,
like I said, I don't, okay, no disrespect once again, okay, I just feel like this is like the type of argument that goes like, I have 3 friends that are black when making certain comments or whatever. So I don't, unfortunately, don't get mad at me, don't get mad at me.
I don't get mad at you.
Okay. Well, respectfully, I think that is genuinely the same vibe, energy comment, right? Oh, I can't be against women because I helped 4 or 5 of them. Oh, I'm not against women because I made a couple of them millionaire or whatever the fuck, right?
It's not about being against women. I'm saying that the whole was a net positive for both me and the females. So you misunderstood my point. You think I'm making a different point, and that's why you've come to that conclusion. The point I'm making is that everybody who worked for me won. The only person who lost was the guy sending his money away online. That's fine. But for everyone who was associated with me, it wasn't exploitative because you made it sound like I only did it for me. No, the women who worked for me also made millions of dollars. Everybody who was associated with me won. Everyone won. All of them.
Yeah, for business activities or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't talking about that at all. All I meant was, okay, fuck it. Let's just skip this tangent we're on. Let's just go back to the main argument you said. So I have more of a stake. So you think that in a relationship, you have a certain stake on your partner's income based on what that income comes from.
Well, it depends. Yeah, depending on how they make it, absolutely. I think that in a relationship with a woman, if the man is with that woman, the main reason he knows he's with her is the fact that she is sexually exclusive to him. If you're with a woman, she's fucking everyone. Are you even with her? No. How do you know she's even yours? Because she only sleeps with you, right? Well, if all of her intimate parts are now for everybody and they're purchasable, then I think you have a stake in said parts because those parts belong to you. She gives them to you when she decides to be a woman.
So there's a price that you're taxing your loss of privacy.
I wonder if there's a turnaround, if this is like a relationship thing or if it's like a gendered thing. Like if the guy was a stripper, would the woman be entitled to all the money that he makes, maybe?
That's a way you could put it. I mean, personally, if my woman were to come to me and say she wanted to do OnlyFans, I'd just say no because I know she wouldn't.
Okay, then.
But example.
Yeah, I mean, respectfully, let's try to upscale that discussion and see what kind of stake would you need for your girl to suck another guy's dick.
I would never tolerate that on any level. So that's too far.
Well, there's a price for the pictures and the loss of intimacy. There's that. For me, it's a black and white thing. This is scalable. Once you lose a certain amount, you can lose more of it, right?
I understand what you're saying, but to me, it's not black. Because pixelated pictures on the internet are very different than sucking an actual dick. So I would never let my girls be prostitutes. None of the girls who ever worked for me ever prostituted. I've never associated with a prostitute. I don't associate with porn stars, none of that kind of shit. But I had very wholesome girls with pictures of their titties on the internet 10 years ago who made themselves millionaires, yes. And now they are happily married with somebody or whatever. Or some of them are still with me. It doesn't matter. But I was never like getting girls to prostitute or...
Does he have like an actual unironic harem? He keeps referring to like having multiple girls. But I'm guessing, are they allowed to have like boyfriends or no? Is this like a one-way street kind of thing? I'm guessing it's probably the one-way street kind of thing, huh?
Hardcore pimping along that line. I use the word pimp because I had a lot of women who worked for me and they were all beautiful and it sounds cool. But truthfully, I don't even really see myself in that regard. I think I'm less of a pimp than most corporations.
Well,
like the girls who work for me 50%. You don't get 50% of the cash register when you work at McDonald's.
Okay, people can be pimps and companies can be pimps to a certain level, right? Which has anything to do with you being a certain level of a pimp. I don't think if your girl is doing something, an activity of her own will, I feel like taxing her that's being a pimp, like quite literally. You are pimping at the wazoo. Yeah, you are pimping.
I understand, and maybe you've never had the kind of relationships I've had with my women, but any woman I'm with decides to, by her own free will, submit to me because she sees me as her intellectual superior. She sees me as her life superior. She looks up to me and she respects me, and she sees me as and for that reason, if she were to come along and say do OnlyFans and I said no, she wouldn't do it. But if she insisted on doing it, I would sit here and say, look, I'm unhappy with you doing this, making a bunch of money off of parts which are supposed to be intimate only for me. If this is going to happen, I need to have some kind of compensation for my unhappiness, yes. And she would understand and she would pay me. But this is not a scenario I need to be involved in. This is just a hypothetical, right? But all the girls who worked for me, they were not romantically involved. They were girls who decided to make a bunch of money and they came to the best of the business, which was me.
So you would be okay with then paying them for their discomfort in other areas then? That'd be something that you're open to?
Sure. I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, I think that all men do naturally anyway, right? Let's. I understand your point you're making, so let's extrapolate on it. Yeah. You're saying that if I do something that they're unhappy with, I should give them money. Well, the point is, I think that all high-value men do that naturally anyway. If you take a billionaire on a boat,
naturally, it's kind of indirect of a term. It naturally is more indirect and more like intended, right? Since for you it's transactional and intentional, then in this example, you have to use the same framework for that example. Same framework as being agreed upon. So let's say, I don't want to be too gross right now, you're with a girl and you want to do something, you're okay with it, with the thing of saying, okay, well, I mean, I kind of want to do that, I'll give you 10K.
I understand what you're saying. I don't think it works exactly that way, but I think that all men, especially high-value men, are already in a transactional relationship to some regard, and that's not a bad thing. That's natural human nature. And the point I'm trying to make is that if you're a truly high-status male, if you're a billionaire with a yacht and you have 10 girls on that boat, the woman who's in love with you is going to let you fuck 9 other women in front of her because she gets to be on a billionaire's yacht. She gets to go to private islands. She gets to not have to work. She gets to run around on jet skis and take Instagram pictures. So to some degree, are you not paying her for her compliance? To some degree, are you not?
Fuck, what's the lyric in Runaway for Kanye West? It's like every blouse, every bracelet, there's a price tag, baby face it or something. It's like this same kind of ideology. This isn't 100% incorrect, but...
You're not rewarding her for her being in a situation that she's not completely happy with. That is natural human nature, and all high-status males do it.
As much as I would agree with you, that would be a part of something, right? Part of some sort of fulfillment, right? I would like my partner to be fulfilled in all the ways that I like to be fulfilled in a relationship. If a girl's only with me because she's fulfilled in this money way, but she's lacking on a bunch of other shit, what's the point?
So let's swap the hypothetical. Let's say you're in love with a woman, and she comes to you and she decides she wants to do OnlyFans. What do you say?
Okay.
One of the overarching narrative problems that I have with kind of like these red pill types. So when we analyze relationships and you take this like very red pill thing, it seems like red pill people, one of the quote unquote benefits that they have to kind of like lost young men is they're filling in this role of giving you meaning or structure or story in your life. Something that a lot of people have kind of neglected for certain groups of people. We'll say young white men or young men. One of the issues that I have though is a lot of their red pill or truth analyses of like how relationships work and everything are actually like pretty soulless. You know, like I don't want to listen to liberals because they're just going to tell me this, you know, whatever wokeism bullshit. I want to go to some true red pill guys. Well, how does that work? Well, women date men for money and men date women that are young. Well, that's not that much more fulfilling. That doesn't really sound like that much better of a life or that much better of a world to be in than like I need to make 6 figures so that a girl thinks I make enough money for her to fuck. That seems like almost equally depressing as whatever the ultra wokeism you're fighting against. Like we can probably make some observations about why people pair off with certain people in society without getting prescriptive about it, without being so hardcore. I don't know how I would say it. I would be really depressed if I like was only with like I'll fuck a pretty young girl because she's pretty young, but I don't think I would ever date somebody just because they're pretty young. And I feel like if that's your goal, that's a pretty empty or hollow way to live as well.
So I've had a lot of things about OnlyFans before. A lot. I personally, just because I think it's just gonna kind of annoying. I wouldn't go into it knowing she's doing it. Right.
So you would. So if your girl came to you and said, no, your girl's not already on OnlyFans, you're with a girl and she sees OnlyFans online, she decides she wants to start, she comes to you and says, I want to become an OnlyFans chick. You're going to say, yeah, go for it. Don't give me a penny. Go for it. Get rich. Show your titties. That's going to be your answer?
No, I just say, this is kind of annoying. It's an annoying thing. I don't fully agree with it, right? So it'd be kind of cold. It's cold. I don't like it.
Well, this is the point. So I think it's you're and I understand this is really interesting what Train said earlier about internet language, because when you make a point, you have to be very, very careful with what you say. It's almost like politicians speak. But you're saying it's annoying. I wouldn't like it. Well, I'd say you're not allowed. That's what I'd say. I'd say you're not allowed to be on OnlyFans if you're my girl.
Okay.
If you are here.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is that I don't like it, and if it escalates to a point, I guess I would break up. But that's not like the I don't think that's the main point though. What does that prove? I think it's just lame. It's generally lame.
Hey, all right. So the point I'm making here is that it's
Oh,
a
the Annie's
situation that
thanks
most men
for
don't wanna
gifting
find
20
themselves in.
German
They're
subs.
completely in love with the chick and she decides to do
Obama.
OnlyFans. We're in a hypothetical situation. Saying I'd break up with the chick is a boring answer. So assuming you have to stay with the chick, that's the parameters of the question to make the question interesting to answer. My answer is that I need to be paid for her to be doing OnlyFans. That's the answer in the hypothetical situation. Your answer in the hypothetical situation is it's
Okay.
kind of annoying. I don't know.
There are parameters to this. There's a bunch of parameters around that. It would be like, I hope she's not doing it because of lack of fulfillment in certain ways in our relationship, because that's a fucking problem. I wouldn't want my partner to go to places because she's craving a part of something she isn't getting in our relationship. As long as something takes away from a relationship, right? And the framework remains the same, then I guess it's kind of chilling. But that's kind of how it comes to OnlyFans, because people do it for a lot of reasons and a lot of other ones. So it can be like. Go ahead.
Do you mind me asking you a question? How old are you?
26.
Okay, let me blow your mind, young man. Women love
Guys
men
that tell them what to do.
And this is natural. This is evolutionary. It's biological. It's why women have certain even basic things like height, right? They're designed to be attracted to it evolutionarily because they respect larger men because they're more likely to be better at fighting. They're better warriors. Women fall in love with men they respect. Not even men they like that much. It's men they respect. Men they like are their friends. Men they respect are the ones they fuck. And let me tell you something. If a girl were to come to me and say, I am intent on doing OnlyFans, and I would say, I'm uncomfortable with you doing that, I don't want you doing it. She says, Andrew, I love you, but I'm going to do OnlyFans no matter what. I would have to put together parameters and a framework in which she still respects me as a man, or we're over. It's not even about the money. It's about the fact that you are my woman. I love you. You love me. And you're going to show me enough respect as a man that if you're going to get naked on the internet, you're going to at least reward me in some way. There's not going to be all these men paying you money and you making a bunch of money on the fucking side sitting in my house without me getting shit. Because that is disrespectful. And I would not allow her to disrespect me, not just because of my ego, but because of her own innate ability to not be attracted to somebody that she doesn't respect.
Okay.
If you were to come along and play things your way, if a chick were to come to you and say, I want to do OnlyFans, you would say, well, I don't like it. It's kind of annoying, and she started doing it, she would fucking leave. The girl is more likely to stay with me taking all her money than she is stay with you keeping all her money. And that may not make sense to you, but one day you will understand.
Okay. I'm gonna fire back at you and just say that whatever my relationship is lacking, whatever amount of respect that I'm losing, and whatever amount of privacy that I'm losing, you can't put a price on that. You can't revert that with money. You just can't do it. Can't do it. I want to feel fulfilled, and what fulfills me is that my other partner is fulfilled, and we're both on that like equal mindset, right? And you can't exchange that with money in a transactional way. You just can't. It doesn't matter the amounts. Doesn't matter. It does make me fulfilled. So if the partner can make up for it, whatever they're doing that they're lacking, and they're kind of like reverting it somehow towards me, I guess we can find some sort of compromise, right? But it wouldn't be about money or be transactional money wise. It just wouldn't.
Brother, life is transactional, my friend. And to sit here and pretend that because things are transactional means there's no emotions involved isn't true. Life is transactional. If I'm completely head over heels in love with a woman and I love her with all my heart and I'm ready to take a bullet for her, it's still a transactional relationship. She still provides things and I still provide things that satisfy both of us. You do not sit here and stream for free. Life is transactional. So to sit here and pretend that things shouldn't be transactional is asinine. That's not the way the world works. Every single thing in the world is transactional. Even if I give money to charity, even if Train gives this lady who's massaging me 100,000, he's doing that, one, for clout, two, because he gets to feel good about himself. He isn't. It's not pure charity. He gets to win too.
Actually, wait a second.
Train's gonna get mad on that one.
It's not for clout. If you look me up, I'm actually hated and everything's justified that I do, but it is the feel good. I get a high from it. The same high I get from gambling, I get from giving. My dick gets hard. So that's transactional, but it is not for clout. I don't give a fuck about it. Just trust me. Do a little research. It is not the clout part, but it is the high part from feeling good. Continue.
Bro, it's the same with me. There's Romania has an orphanage problem. A lot of orphans. Every single Christmas, I go down to the orphanage with the Rolls Royce, give 100 grand, whatever. Am I the fucking nicest man in the world? Well, yeah, but also I feel good. I feel good for doing it, right? So life is transactional. So to sit here and say things shouldn't be transactional is asinine. That's not a right paradigm. You must view the world in a transactional sense. The world is transactional.
Yeah, but you're being a little bit obtuse though. You are deliberately obtuse about what the nature of how we use transactional as a term. You're just saying, oh, it's all transaction. Yeah, of course. Then everything in life, if it goes one way, it comes back the another way. That's transactional.
But he's gonna agree with that. He'll say, yeah, it is transactional. I'm just trying to make people understand that.
Everything is. But that's not how we use the word transactional. Transactional is more of a, not an indirect, it's more of a direct thing. I'm doing this for that, right? That's how we normally use transactional. The way you're saying is just, oh, it's an exchange of brain chemicals. I'm doing this and I get this brain reward, right? As an exchange. That's kind of that is obtuse.
Fine. Let me change the way I ask you the question, right? Because what I'm actually, and once again, you're only 26. You are smart. I can see you're smart, but you're 26. So if I were in your position and I had disagreed with everything that Andrew Tate had said, and Andrew Tate was going to come on a stream, first I'd have a list of everything he said I disagreed with. You don't even have a list, so you haven't been very professional about your approach in this. You don't even know most of the things I've said. You're just saying this about. It's all very general. So
No, say it again. Sorry about that. I was fucking distracted by bullshit.
Fine. You're fine. In future, make a list of all my points you disagree with, so we can be more systematic in our approach.
Agreed. The problem is that you're a gish galloper. You're a professional at it. You're really good at doing it. Gish galloping, you do dang, 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 and then it's kind of hard to catch up because once we talk about something, it's already too late.
Cool. Well, let me tell you what you're doing, just so you're aware. If I walk into NASA and I say that going to space is too expensive and too dangerous, and they say, well, yeah, I agree with you, and I say, okay, this is bullshit, and they go, well, what's the alternative? And I cannot present an alternative. That does not make me a fucking physicist. That does not make me an astronaut. That makes me a jackass. So if you cannot propose a better alternative, then you have no point to make. And this is the point I'm making with you. The parameters of the question are you're in love with a woman who decides to do OnlyFans, you can't break up with her. And I have also added another parameter, you want to retain the respect and the authority in the relationship. You think that taking money in said situation is completely unreasonable and unfair. Fine. What is an alternative which is superior? And if you cannot name one, then it is the best of a bad choice. It may be an unfortunate situation, but it's the best move in a bad chess position, and you must still make the best move. If you have a better move to make, I'm open to hear it. But if I'm in love with a woman, and I'm not going to break up with her, and she comes with me, and she insists on doing OnlyFans, my answer to retain my control and my respect in my relationship is for her to pay me. That is my answer. If you have a better one, my ears are open.
Okay, like I said, whenever somebody does OnlyFans, it's because what does that come from? Like, it can be a lot of things of why they would do it. Only money or some sort of fulfillment or whatever, right? Some sort of fulfillment, right? If they're doing it because they're lacking something in the relationship, they're taking something away from the relationship.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the problem. I guess break up. If I'm that uncomfortable, I'm not gonna put a price on that. If I'm not gonna be fulfilled in something and spend my entire life with somebody and be committed, there's no price you're gonna pay me to be deluded that we're at the same level of commitment. Break up. End of story. No alternative. One alternative, break up. If you're that uncomfortable, I will not put a dollar amount on that. I will fucking break up and move on. And the fact that you can put a price on your lack of commitment or whatever you think you're lacking because if they make an OnlyFans is fucking alarming.
Wait, what?
What he's saying was a hypothetical. He said in a real normal world, it's like, no, we can't, no OnlyFans, we break up, it is what it is. What he's saying, there's no breakup in this scenario. No breakup, what is the alternative?
I don't know what XQC is saying.
I said break up. I said break up. That's alternative. You fucking break up.
But this is hypothetical though.
Also, X, he's saying it's not about the money, it's the principle behind
it. His hypothetical is no, like in a situation where you guys aren't breaking up and it's just, you need some, what are you gonna do instead?
I have hundreds of millions.
I said break up.
Okay, cool. Okay, well the point is, I have hundreds of millions of dollars, and if my girlfriend did OnlyFans and made $2, she would pay me my dollar, and that's because it's principle. It's not about the money.
Okay, yeah, still fair enough, but you can't. In my opinion, that the nature of that behavior of putting a dollar amount because of some lack of whatever the fuck is stupid. It's an alarming logical conclusion. It's just bad.
X is missing the point. Andrew's point is that in his mind, the only way a woman will be with you is if she respects you. If X is going to posit the question that like, okay, or propose the question that, well, let's say that your girlfriend wants to do OnlyFans. Andrew's saying that's fine, but in order for her to do OnlyFans while she's dating me, she has to pay me what she's making. Because part of being in the relationship is I get access to her body. If she's giving it to other people, well, now I'm losing respect. The only way to maintain that respect is to get what she would be trading her body away for, which in this case is the dollar, is the money. That's what Andrew's saying. But I don't think X is like quite grappling with that.
What else about me do you find alarming?
No, I'm just saying it's alarming. That's it.
Okay. What else about my views or things you've heard me say or my attitudes or my life approach?
Oh, my girl can't go out. That's fucking alarming as shit.
My girl can't go out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's discuss this.
Discuss it.
All right, cool. So I take my girlfriends out all the time, right?
Cool.
But if my girl were to say I want to go out with 7 other girls to the club, in my personal experience, I'd be unhappy for her to do that because I've been the man in the club that those 7 girls turn up to and end up on this table, and I know what happens. I've lived a very, very long life. I know how that ends.
Okay.
Now, I think
Shift
that,
double click doesn't
and I've
work,
discussed this already before. I think I discussed this yesterday with Dave Portnoy, which he got upset about. I discussed that if I'm going to be in a relationship and I'm going to have responsibility over a woman, which I want to have because it's my masculine imperative, I should also have a degree of authority that comes with that responsibility. If I'm responsible for her safety, for example, but she refuses to obey me when I say don't walk home in the middle of the night, then how can I truly be responsible? Responsibility and authority are linked. I'm responsible for her because I'm her man and I take the best care of her. I might know things she doesn't know. She might be 19 years old and think going to the club's all fine. I'm 35. I've been around. I've seen what happens in clubs. No, you don't need to go there. I'm responsible for you. I take care of you. And by extension, I have authority to say to you, you're not going to that nightclub. That doesn't make me crazy. It doesn't make me insecure. It doesn't make me weak. She can always say I'm going to go anyway, and that's fine, and then we can break up. But in my scenario, any woman I'm serious about is going to obey me. And I'm not going to come along with some crazy, maybe people will call it crazy. I'm not going to make her do anything wrong. She ain't going to take drugs. She's going to go to the gym. She's going to eat right. She's going to be learning shit. And she ain't going to be in the club sniffing and drinking. Now, if that makes me a bad person, then so be it. No problem. But I get plenty of girls who sign up to that all day long without problems. And any man who sits there and goes, I'm not insecure, I'll send my girl to the club.
Okay.
Send her to my
So you have to be careful when you argue against things like this. Technically, in Andrew's world, there's nothing really wrong with any of that. If that's how he wants to run his relationships, that's how he wants to do his life, that's fine. There's arguably there's nothing even problematic about this. If that's what he wants to do, if another woman sees that relationship dynamic and she wants to do that relationship, that's on her to do it. The only issue with these types of people is when they start saying that, like, if you don't do this, you're a beta cuck. If you don't, like, follow my life prescriptions, well, now you're like a bad person who's like failing to be a man or something. That's usually where these issues come from. If X tries to fight this, if he tries to argue on these points saying that, like, this stuff intrinsically is bad or immoral, it's gonna be rough because you're free to, like, figuring out, like, whatever you want your relationships to be. Like, that's on you to figure out. You can have whatever relationship you want.
Table, G. Send her to my table. Okay. No problem.
Fair enough. Okay.
We'll talk about insecurity when she's sucking dick.
Okay, then according to your mindset and how you see things then, and your high levels of security apparently, right? If your girl was to go to the club, right? And I was at the club, you're scared that I will bring your girl home.
I don't live in It's not about scared because I don't live in fear.
Well, I mean, that's fear.
No, it's not fear.
Okay.
What it is.
Okay. What is the outcome that you do not want?
The outcome, what he's going to say, the outcome that he doesn't want is that there's just no business for her to be at the club. Anything she could possibly get at the club, like attention from men, which he's probably going to say is the main reason when we go to the club, he should be able to give her. So why would she ever go to the club? The only thing that could ever come from doing that is going to be like negative outcomes. That'd be my guess.
Her going to the club.
I'll explain.
Guys coming over and bringing her home. You, by fear, you are scared of her going home with another guy. That is a move that is literally fueled by fear. You are fearful.
That's an interesting viewpoint, and I know you think that that's relevant, and I know you think you've made a good point, but I'm about to dissect it and show you.
Go ahead.
I'm a territorial individual, and I think that being a man, one of the best things about being a man is being territorial, being able to say, that is mine. That's the whole point of it. So let's use an analogy. And please, when I make this analogy, I don't want you to try and get caught up in the analogy because I'm about to compare a woman to a car. Do not say, you're comparing women to cars. That's low IQ. It's just an analogy. If I go outside, right? Or let's say I have a Lamborghini. I have many cars, but let's say I take my Lamborghini. Would I park it in a high crime area? Even if the locks are fantastic, even if my woman is loyal and completely and utterly in love with me, and I know there's 0% chance any man could ever take her home because she's with the top G, which is the case. Even if I know the locks on my car, it has bulletproof glass, it's locked, you can't break into it. Will I park my Lambo in an area where people are going to try and steal it? No, I won't, because that is irresponsible. So the fact is, I don't care if men try and come up to my chick, because no one can steal my chick, because I am me. The fact is, it's irresponsible for me to put her in a scenario where people will attempt it. If I walk out to the car park and someone's trying to break into my car, even if the locks to my car are secure, I will still decimate said individual for attempting to steal my property. That's what it's about. It's about territorialism. It's not about being fearful the girl's going to run off with someone else. There's nowhere to go from me but down. It's not about that.
Fair enough.
It's about the fact that it's irresponsible for me to put her in that scenario. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, the argument would be good. If I were you, I'm making that argument. I could rationalize the argument you just did. If most of the girls that I dated or that I was with had the IQ of somebody who cannot move, think, or do anything, and is just stuck on the side of the fucking curb. So yeah, I guess maybe you would have this experience if most of you did were 0 IQ, brain frozen. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense in the real world because you don't park your fucking girl on the curb at the club. They move, they talk, they do shit. So it's not a fucking, it's not the danger of other guys doing shit, right? Because they can still think. And the loss of the potential that one guy out of a million will do some crazy shit and is going to forcibly bring her home, right? That smallness is far outweighed by the fun and enjoyment and fulfillment that they get by going to the club in the first place.
That's interesting, but you also have to understand, because we are different individuals living very different lives, and I'm not going to sit here and comment on your relationships because I don't understand them, because I don't know them.
So this is like the biggest L part. I don't know what the Andrew Tate guy does in terms of like online debating, but that's like the biggest L that he can technically give to xQc. Is the issue is if Tate is willing to respect other people's relationships and isn't going to make any comments on yours, it's pretty hard for you to step in and aggressively attack his without laying like really big frameworks to do this first. That's a really big and almost, in this case, maybe even an impossible argument. If Tate wants to do relationships as he wants to, that's on him. If he's not telling you what to do, it's pretty hard for you to step in and tell him what to do.
Okay. But you have to understand that I am at a status of life where any woman who gets with me understands that to be with a man of my caliber, there are certain sacrifices which must be made. You do not get to be with a kickboxing world champion, multi-millionaire, whose entire life is completely on track and live a life of spoilt princess, and then also say to that man, I go to the club whenever the fuck I want. You might be able to say that to some other men, but you can't say it to me. So, and I want to say something to you that you may not yet understand once again, because you are intelligent, but you're not yet wise because you are young. Women are malleable. And when I say they're malleable, people think that women are these individualistic, unique creatures, and they are to a degree, but they are heavily molded by the man they're with. You'll notice if a woman gets with a man and she loves him, she likes the same music he likes.
Anybody's in that regard. Everybody's malleable in that regard with the people that they're with, people that are around. People are the fucking result of what's around them. That's just...
Correct. So we're valuable. So a woman which may say to you, I'm a unique, special snowflake, I do whatever the fuck I want. If she was in my presence, she wouldn't say that. Now, because women are a reflection of their man. It's not hard to get a woman who sits there and says, you know what? I don't go to the club without my man because I adore my man. If the man is worthy of such adoration. If the woman's sitting there going, well, I'm with him, but he doesn't tell me what to do. That's the man's problem. It's nothing to do with the woman. Females are all the same. It's all about the man they're with. I have no trouble and no arguments in my life telling women they don't go to the club by themselves. Zero. It's not a conversation that even ever appears ever because I am me. So for you to sit here and describe scenarios, that's fine. And you're saying that my women are low IQ. I would counter that by saying if I was with the same women you were with, they'd behave better for me than they would for you. And that is because of my status and my wisdom and my individuality.
Bro, you treat and pay for them like they're Lambos that are parked at the curb.
That's why, but Andrew Tate's already said that. You pay for everything, right? Women pay for high quality men with looks and sex. Men pay for women with financial security. He's not going to disagree with that. He's going to say it's all transactional. You just don't want to see it that way.
Of course they're going to be like this if you want to go down that argument. So yeah, I guess I have to concede the point because you're right. I guess you dated frozen Lambos parked at the curb.
It's not frozen Lambos.
I mean, that is what you compared. That is your example. You compared the behavior and the potentials of her being stolen to a parked Lambo. Therefore, I have to use that analogy when talking about the girls that you are dating, and you are saying, I'm sorry, it's not an insult. You made this precedent. I have to use it.
I will take any woman I could date, any of women you've ever, I don't know who your girlfriends are, I don't have a clue, but any woman you've ever dated, if I was with her, she wouldn't be going to the club without me. That's the bottom line. And that's because who I am. The woman's paradigm, the idea that the female is going to come along and demand to only go club with the girls, etc., 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 that is heavily dependent on the man she is with.
So what makes you above her then? The money, the status, the top G? What is the label or the prerequisite that makes you above her?
Why can't you attack Tate on being mega insecure, fuck, despite all his alpha signaling? Because it's kind of on you to figure out, like, if you're not telling other people to do and you have your own preferences, it's kind of hard for someone else to come in and call you insecure because you have to be careful because you're going to end up sounding like Vosh. Remember when Vosh was talking about people that do monogamous relationships and Vosh was like, I think that all of monogamy stems from insecurity? That's not really a fair statement. There might be people that enjoy being monogamous. There's a ton of reasons why people might be monogamous. It's not really, it's not going to be a winning argument for you to step in and say, oh, well, you're insecure. Why am I insecure? Because you won't let your woman do this or that. I don't want my woman to do that or that. They don't have to be with me. Well, I still think that makes you insecure. Why? Because I have a difference in how I live my life than you. You need something. You have to have a better argument than that. Because just calling somebody insecure, that's not going to be enough to get any argument you think off the ground. That you think, yeah, that's just not it. That ain't it, Chief.
Her.
It's not about being above. It's about her it's about her respecting me.
Therefore, you can't go to the club either. You don't go to the club then.
That's bullshit. I go to the club whenever the fuck I want.
Okay, then what makes her unable to go to the club if you can't go to the club if you're equal?
I am responsible for her, and I have authority.
Why are you responsible? What makes you responsible?
I'm responsible for her because I am more competent as an individual. Now,
how do you know that? All the girls. And there's no girl out there that
he knows that because he's not shopping for women based on their competency. He's shopping for women based on their looks and their youthfulness. Whereas women are shopping him based on his competency. That's why he feels that way.
Be above you. You're above everybody else.
Well, let's because I know you're gonna try and go down the sexist argument. Let's reverse.
Well, I mean, you baited. Okay, listen. You have driven this conversation since the beginning. I gave you I gave you the initial roots argument or point, and you are driving yourself there.
Cool.
And so you are drawing a circle around it. I didn't do shit. I said, what makes you above her? And you're not giving me an answer.
It's not about being above. It's about having responsibility for.
So why can't you have responsibility?
Okay.
In all fairness, the easy win here is insecurity. Going back to his Lambo example, he may claim it's irresponsible. Why? Because the fear of it getting damaged / broken into / stolen. Putting it back to women, he's insecure. It's fear of the woman being stolen away from him, wrapped up. No, it's the idea that like the woman shouldn't have the autonomy to even put herself in a situation like that because he views himself as like the caretaker or something of a woman. So like, for example, you got to be careful on how these arguments go because he could flip that around in a way that makes you the misogynist. Like, oh, wait, so if a woman goes to the club and she gets raped, does that become her fault? You're saying they should have the agency to do anything. What if they go to the club and something horrible happens to them? Well, that was within my power to stop that from happening, but since you're saying women should have the ultimate agency to do anything, now like she should be able to put herself in harm's way. Like I just, if he wants to live his life this way, there's no fault to be had. I mean, he can live his life however he wants. It's not on you to like dictate his lifestyle choices to him.
Because you can't share responsibility because nothing in life is 50-50. There's always, even if it's 49%, 51%.
Then why you?
Me because I'm me. This is the exact point.
How would you argue against the Andrew guy? I don't know what his arguments are. I don't know what his prescriptions are, right? I would never live my life this way. It sounds deplorable for like a huge number of reasons. But if he would just say like, oh, well, then you live your life your way, I live my life my way. Okay, cool. Then we're done. Like, that's it. There's no disagreement. The disagreements would stem from him trying to tell other people like, you have to live like this or else you're a pussy. You have to do what I do or else you're a bitch. You have to do this. Now, if that was the case, that he was saying that, okay, well, then we have some grounds to fight on. But if he's not making prescriptions for other people, he's just saying, well, this is how I live my life. Okay. I mean, there's not much I can fight with there. If he's not being like abusive or doing crazy shit like that, there's not really much for me to say. I mean,
now let's reverse it, which I've been trying to do for the last 30 seconds. There are women out there who are with men, and that man needs her to tell him, stop playing video games, stop smoking weed, go to the gym, get your diet in order, why don't you ever work, why ain't you got any money, there are millions of relationships out there. In said scenario, she has responsibility because she's his mother and she tells him what to do, and she has authority. She can tell him not to do shit because she's the fucking boss. That is happening. It's not about a sex thing. It's about human dynamics. In every relationship, someone's in charge, and I'm in charge of my relationships, and I find it irresponsible of me to put her in a scenario where something could happen to her.
But sorry to interrupt you. I just think what a good point was. I can interject. Since you're making that point, right? The problem with these statements is that you say girls. You always say girls or my girls, right? Intending that it's all of them. What about some girl, right? Who, right now, hypothetically, is a multi-trillionaire, right? And is in your kitchen right now, and she comes over right now. The door opens behind you. We see a little glint of light right behind you right now, and she says, "Hey, Tate, get the fuck off the computer, drinking his bullshit with his stupid cigar, talking to that fucking devil on your computer," right? That could happen, right? According to you.
No.
I don't think you'd be in that kind of relationship.
It can't happen.
Why not?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because you said some girl being a multi-trillionaire. There's plenty of women in the world who may have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that when you look at life, You have to look at life in the different paradigms. There's many different lenses you look at life through. And when you look at life from a societal perspective, yes, women are equal to men and they should be, fine. But when you look at women from an animalistic perspective, because we are basically animals, they are not equal to us physically. When it comes to something like personal safety, which a club involves a lot of, they can get spiked, a man can try on with them and lose his temper. They can get
here's
attacked,
the rape stuff.
whatever can happen. When it comes to physical protection, that is a man's realm. You could be a UFC world champion female, whatever. I'm too big and I'm too strong. I'll still beat them. So there's no female alive who's going to come into a room and tell me when it comes to things like personal protection, responsibility for her own personal safety, etc. Trump my views. That's not true. I'm a man. I have certain domains in which I rule.
Okay, then in this line of argument with the things that you just said, I'm trying to go one by one, so I have to be selective about how I'm doing this, okay? What you're saying, since you brought up the fact that you can get spiked, is that you, Andrew, if you go at the club alone, because the girl is staying at home, she has to stay home, she's boxed in. You go to the club because you're such a fucking warrior, and you get spiked heavier than your drink, you drink it, you will not go unconscious because you're such a fucking lion, aren't you?
What?
It's not about that. It's about the fact that if the woman was with me in the club or if the woman couldn't protect me, it's not the woman's domain. It's down to me and my team to protect me. The female has absolutely no say when it comes to things like personal safety.
So she can't have a team around her. She can't.
A team of chicks? A team of chicks?
Of anybody.
Or you want to send your girl to the club with a
Did I say chicks? Did I say chicks?
Oh, a team of dudes.
It's not going to be other
cool.
men.
You want to send your girl to the club with a bunch of dudes. Cool. Your prerogative. Enjoy.
Wait.
Hope you have a long relationship.
Well, I mean, my relationship will be long and fulfilling. I can't say the same to when you treat people like this.
People like saying you
like
go to
what?
the club without me, we'll go together. Oh, I'm the worst man in the world.
Yeah, you haven't demonstrated it's done anything like really wrong.
Don't take your girl to the VIP table with you. Oh, don't do that, Andrew, you misogynist. Send her out there with all those other dudes. I'll tell you what, bro. 87 professional fights, 4-time kickboxing world champion. How about this? I'll protect your chick. Send her to the club with me.
Bro, you can be the biggest lion out there. You can be the most Chad-like bald guy out there, okay? If your drink gets spiked, you're dropping.
That's not the point I'm making.
Yeah,
the point I'm making is about the respect that she will have for me for protecting her and my responsibility over her and the authority that comes with it. It'll be about the fact that I don't want my woman in the club without me. I think it's disrespectful, and I don't think that any woman who truly loves a man even wants to do that. Women test boundaries as they should. And I'm about to make another comparison.
I don't get why Destiny is lazily waving around any objection to Tate's relationships by saying it's a personal choice. I think limiting your partner's autonomy is worthy of criticism and can't just be a live and let live situation. What do you mean? We limit our partner's autonomy all the time. Chances are, if you've got a partner, they're not comfortable with you talking to an ex-girlfriend. If you've got a partner, they're not comfortable with you sexting with other girls or fucking other people. Chances are, if you've got a partner, there's a whole bunch of restrictions that they place on you in terms of things that they'd be okay with you doing or not okay with you doing. We do this all the time. Now, I don't know more specifics about the Andrew Tate guy, but assuming that like you're going into the relationship knowing full well like what this person is okay with and not okay with, it's kind of hard to say like they're being abusive or violent. Like, I mean, if everybody's going to the relationship knowing what's on the table, I mean, it is what it is.
So I'm about to make another comparison that you can use.
Yeah.
Use my analogies against me.
I have no other material. You said attack. You said approach me by going one-to-one and going with specifics. What else is there than the things that you're feeding me that I can use? Am I supposed to speak in hieroglyphs or some shit? What am I supposed to do? I have to.
No problem. Completely. So I compared women to cars, so that makes me a bad man. I'm about to compare women to children. Oh no, I'm a really bad man. So let's do the same thing, right? So when you have a child, let's say you have a 6 or 7-year-old kid, they push the boundaries. They try and see what they can get away with until eventually you come and say, no, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yes.
If you leave a child completely unchecked, they're going to do a bunch of crazy shit, right? There has to be a point they come up against the wall where the parents say, no, I'm older than you, I'm more responsible than you, I'm wiser than you, I know things you don't know. Do not stick your fingers in the plug socket. That's part of being an adult. It's part of being a parent.
Okay.
It's the same thing as being a man for a woman. If you're a man with a woman, you're likely older, a lot older, so you're wiser by default. You're probably, if you're a successful man, more successful than her. You've seen a lot of things. You've probably seen more violence than she has, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're very, very qualified to come along.
Why do you intend that you're probably more successful than she is?
Because you're likely older. I mean, I don't know. There's not many 18-year-old girls who are going to be more successful than a 35-year-old man. Maybe.
Wait,
but even
why are you dating somebody who's younger?
Because that's what he's looking for.
Okay,
25-year-old.
Doesn't matter. Men date younger women on average because young women like older men on average, and they like that because they respect older men because they respect the authority.
Okay, so
I don't think any of the things I'm saying here are largely contested. I think everyone agrees that women
not only are they largely contested, they are mostly contested. I think most people disagree with you on this. I mean, most rational beings, except for the people that are completely delusional and off the tracks, unhinged. The problem that you think is that you're saying that men, it's impossible for them to be pushed into the right directions or held like a children from women. The girls can't come in and say, stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing this. They can't do that to you or any other guys because they're women. Which, what the fuck is that? That's just so illogical.
Some men need women to guide them. That's fine. I'm not one of those.
Also, now some. Earlier it was all, now it's some. We're going down.
Oh no, he's being so pedantic.
Keep hating your life then, working class Andy.
I gave a scenario in which many men are mothered by their girlfriends, and I said in said scenario, the woman has authority and responsibility, and she can prevent him from going to the club. And then I also said in every single relationship, somebody has responsibility and authority, nothing is 50-50. And then I also said for the same reason I would not allow someone to break into my car, no matter how good the locks are, I will not put my woman in a scenario where people are going to try and take her from me, because I find it disrespectful and she shouldn't want to be there. That's what I said.
What I don't understand is why you claim you're brave. I say I hate America all the time, okay? A lot of motherfuckers want to kill me over that take.
Oh my god, he's actually... How is it that you have lanky xQc and Hassan standing on the other side of Tate, and Hassan is the one that sounds like more of a fucking soy bitch? How could you actually say something so fucking dripping with soy? I say America bad all the time. I actually talk about how we deserve 9/11. That's actually so brave.
But at least I say it with my fucking chest. People will be like, Hassan, you hate America. I'm like,
say it with your chest. Bro, you were literally like almost in tears on fucking the Young Turks crying next to your uncle when he made you apologize so you could hold on to that job and those connections. Come on, we all saw the video. Like, say it with your chest? Dude, you ran with your tail between your legs about that.
Like, yeah, I do. I do hate America. People will be like, Hassan, you hate cops. I say, yeah, I do. Why?
Wow, the bravest takes. I hate cops and America. You know what? I also hate Nazis and I hate fascists too. I am so brave. Why don't you be brave? Like, come on, dude. Really?
I'm not a pussy. Andrew Tate, on the other hand, is like, oh, I'm not a misogynist. But bottled water, sparkling water, where's my Bugatti? Women are bitches. But also, I'm not a misogynist. Women are wrong and they're bad and they're emotional, but I'm not a misogynist. Don't be a pussy. Just say it. I say I hate America. I say I hate the fucking police. I think
until his girlfriend is having a problem and he calls the cops on her to do a wellness check, but yeah.
They're bullshit, okay? You can't say you're a fucking misogynist because you're a fucking pussy.
Okay.
That's all the things I said. Now, if you have a relationship in which you want your girl to go out to the club as much as she wants, that's your prerogative. I'm not coming here telling you not to do it. I will tell you it's going to end badly for you. You may disagree with me, but it will. If you keep letting your girl go to the club, it's going to end badly. Not just because she's going to get stolen, but because she's not going to respect you as a man. She's going to say, this man lets me go out and get drunk with other men every fucking night. What kind of dude do I have?
That is your definition of what the respect that she owes you is, not the definition of that relationships overall. That's how that transaction goes like. I think this is... I mean, you're being obtuse. The problem with this is that you're being obtuse about it, right? Relationship, you have to be... Okay, why are you in a relationship in the first place? Why are you with a girl, right? Because you want to. Because you want to be fulfilled. You want to have a relationship and you want to feel like you're in something, right? You're committed. Why do you date? Tell us. Why do you date?
Absolutely, for the same reason.
That's true too. The funniest thing about Hassan pretending that he hates America so much, is there a name for like America boo? Like, you know how you've got like Korea boos, people that are obsessed with Korean culture from other countries? What's the name for people that are obsessed with American culture? Because Hassan has been like that for his whole life too, right? Ever since he was in Turkey. He even admits as much in that article, like, oh, I've always wanted to go to America and live and be in America. And then he did it. He came to America and he lives like the most hyper-consumerist American lifestyle possible. Huge house, expensive car, fucks porn stars, has all the jewelry, all the clothes, like he's like goes to all of the big parties, all the huge invite shit, flies in private jets. Like, he's like the ultimate like version of like America. Like, so you can scream, you can say like, I hate America with your chest while living literally the most American lifestyle you possibly can. Like, come on, dude. All right, sorry, I'm done.
Nobody dates for
okay,
fulfillment.
so a lot of points, let's say like a polygon, a lot of things make you fulfilled, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. It makes it a nice polygon, right?
Correct.
So in my opinion, this is what the foundation of what a relationship is. For me to be fully fulfilled, I want the person I'm with, my partner, to that when a prerequisite is that they're fulfilled in all these ways. It needs to match, for me to match. It's almost like if she's fulfilled, I'm fulfilled, and we are together like that, right?
Yeah.
And what you're saying is that what fulfills a person, they have to sacrifice and lose out on some of these points for you to feel fulfilled. How does it make any sense whatsoever? That is completely and utterly illogical because they have to make compromises and sacrifices that overall will lack fulfillment and will make you feel less fulfilled, and you will end up with a raw loss overall in this exchange.
I'm gonna let y'all finish this conversation, but I just want to say I got to dip. Got a flight to catch. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Appreciate you guys.
Later, brother.
See you, man. Take care, man.
All right, bro.
You understand it? Like
your argument. I understand your argument. Your argument is that if the woman has to make compromises to be with me, she's not completely fulfilled, which will stop me being completely fulfilled.
Yeah. This, okay. I like that you're listening a lot. I like that. Thank you.
You make compromises to be with her. You don't fuck other women. You do that.
That is not a okay. When you talk about the framework of a good, stable, committed relationship, okay, fucking other girls is not a compromise. It's pre-intended.
Well, going to the club is also pre-intended. Yeah,
it's all about the parameters you set. If you're going to sit here and say that I don't want her to have to change a single thing about her life because
the difference,
then you shouldn't have to change anything about your life.
Agreed, Andrew. That would be the perspective. As if I feel like I'm losing something by her going to the club, except I don't. Why? Because she doesn't get anything out of going to the club in those ways. That takes away from our relationships. Because I'm number one. You can't replace me. They see me as the perfect fit. They love me, right? So I don't lose anything by them going to see number 2s and 3s and 50s and 100s. They have the best at home. I don't lose shit. You intend that when your girls go to the club,
doing like the reverse alpha hit.
They're gonna lose something. The other people around at the club are better than you because you, Andrew, you're not number 1 in their heart. You're number 3, and they might get number 2 over there or number 1, and you're scared of that. Why are you scared of that? I don't get that. Makes no sense at all.
We've already discussed the fear argument. We've already discussed about the fact that no matter how good the locks are, I wouldn't put it in a high crime area. We've already discussed this. I understand you're trying to use the fact that trying to paint me as insecure and fearful as you're. That's incorrect.
Like I said, you're not going to answer me. I want you to dissect my argument. Sorry to cut you off. You're good at letting me cut you off. Okay? I want you to dissect what I said, right? At the beginning or in the middle. And I want you to just counter-argue it. What I'm saying is that I don't make a sacrifice in that relationship by, I want to fuck other girls. Bro, I want to fuck that one girl. I don't lose out on like other girls. I don't want these girls. I want that one. She's my number 1. I'm number 1. I don't lose out and make a compromise that, no, I can't fuck other girls that I like less and love less. Otherwise, I would date these girls or that girl. I'm not losing on that potential. The same way she doesn't lose on you. Does that make sense? It's logical.
Not really, but let me blow your mind. Let's change the quick trajectory. Let me blow your mind. If your woman was truly fulfilled by you and she truly loved you, she wouldn't give a fuck about club.
Exactly.
She wouldn't even want to go. That's
took us a while to get there.
I don't have to argue with my women about going to the club.
Okay.
Because he should be providing everything that they would want.
Bowling alley then, or laser tag.
They'll come to me and say, "Can I go to the club with all my friends?" And say, "Not without me." She'll say, "Okay, baby," and that's it. It's really not an argument. It's not hard because she's fulfilled.
Destiny, you said this before, how when people come off as unhinged, that they look worse in an argument with someone who is relatively chill. But in the Cedar debate, you said you look bad because Cedar was very heated. But wouldn't that make him look bad? And now X looks unhinged and he looks bad? It's put on the debate. Well, the difference is in the Sam Cedar debate, I was trying to build a bridge. I was being very conciliatory. So that's what made me look weak. Even though XQC, I think, is a little bit more unhinged here, and Tate is not being unhinged. Tate doesn't come off as weak because he's not making any concessions towards XQC. He'll fight him on every single point. Tate doesn't care about building a bridge here. He doesn't care about winning over XQC at all. And in some parts, he's even like pretty condescending to him, right? Like, listen, you're young, you don't know this shit. So that's like the difference. It's the combination of you being conciliatory towards a very aggressive person is what will always give you the impression of being like having the weaker argument in a debate, basically.
In other ways. Now, if she didn't respect me and she wasn't fulfilled in other ways, then of course she'd argue. Then that club would become important. But to her,
then can she? Okay, I understand. Then can she go to laser tag?
Also, Cedar had valid points. Did he prepare before entering your conversation? Wrong. Cedar had no valid points. Almost every argument that he gave was dog shit. Again, people want to point out that like on the Citizens United side, he made good points. He didn't even make any point. We didn't even argue about Citizens United because he was just like super excited to show off like every fact that he'd brushed up on before that conversation. We didn't even get to like any point of possible disagreement at all. He just wanted to prove that he knew more about it than me. That was the whole you can go back and look, but I don't think he ever at any point like, well, what do you think about this? Or do you feel like this or that or whatever? Or what about this? We never established a point we disagreed on. It was just him trying to say like, look, well, I know this. I talked to these people. The ruling was too broad, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I don't even know if I necessarily disagree with things. That was there were no points brought up to like even have a disagreement over.
Sure, she can go laser tag. I don't give a fuck. It's no problem.
Oh,
but it's not. About the scenario.
What if she sees an absolute lion Chad, way more than at the club, some big, tough, muscular guy that looks better than you, and is more into like, then what?
Good. Then fine.
Then you park your Lambo in the hood, and your Lambo, it's getting taken. Now you say good? So the club is parked there. Laser tag parking is good. How?
Incorrect. Because laser tag is not invented for people to fuck. The only reason clubs even exist, and I'll tell you why, the basic mechanics of clubs. I know a little bit about it because I own a couple. The basic mechanics of clubs is that you fill them with girls. Girls have no money. Men come, spend ridiculous amounts of money on alcohol, which is massively overpriced to try and attract females.
Yes.
If you get a club with no females in it, no men even go. The whole point of a night...
This is why women oftentimes will get in for free or for drastically reduced covers, because the goal is always to have women in your clubs, right? If you've ever... I don't know how many people know that or not.
Club is to fuck. So I will not send my woman who is with me to the fucking ground.
Okay.
She can go to Walmart, but she ain't gonna go to a place which is specifically designed and set up for her to get intoxicated and famoosed. And not because I think she will get famoosed, because she is too respectful for me, too respectful of me to go to a scenario in which she would be seen. Even, listen, bro, you may disagree with me. I'll tell you something.
Well, like I said, your argument falls on its face because, I mean, mine, she obeys me, right? She has friends and feels fulfilled at doing social activities, and her friends all want to go to the club. It's some girl's birthday, and yes, she's single. That one is...
Fuck, here's something else that I think xQc is missing here too, that I don't know if Tate's picked up on this or if he thinks it's an easy debate, so he just keeps hammering this. I don't know if xQc knows, like when we talk about like going to the club, there are plenty of things you can do to go out and celebrate, but I don't know if you would typically go to the club to celebrate. Like, going to the club is like you're going there to like dance and find guys to fuck and shit. Like that's generally like the purpose. Do we all agree with that? Or are there people that disagree with that? Like you don't like, it's not like, oh my God, it's my birthday, I'm gonna go to the club. Like that's some shit you might say when you're single, but I think xQc just, when xQc is thinking of the club, I think he's just thinking of like going to a place to like Chuck E. Cheese.
It's a vulnerable prey, okay? That girl, okay? But they're all going to the club together, right? My girl can't tag along. No, she can't. She cannot partake in social activities that make her feel fulfilled socially. She can't because that club is designed for people to fuck, right? So she can't go in there or close to it, right? Dude, so many more places are designed to fuck, and more people get fuck out of them. So how does that make sense?
It's your prerogative what you want to do inside of your own relationship.
It's not a prerogative. I want you to explain that.
Sure, I will explain. Again, no problem.
It's really hard for X to attack somebody else's relationship dynamics.
No, like, that's the point, because if you say all, then it has to be all the specifics.
When I say my girl doesn't go clubbing, I mean she doesn't go clubbing, right? I mean she does not go out all the weekend. She ain't partying anytime she wants. She doesn't go clubbing. Let's imagine there's a particular birthday for a girl, and this girl is a girl I know, and I think she's a pretty good influence, and she's not a bad girl, and they all want to go to the club, and I drop her off and I pick her up. Then that is a scenario in which it possibly could happen.
Then why do you say all then? If you agree on a scenario, then why do you say all? See, this is something that you always do that when you're vocal about your mindset. That irritates me a little bit, right? Not personally, but just overall hearing that is that when you say alls, right, and you're very, very hard about that when you're alone on camera, right, and you don't get interviewed or kind of argued. It's a monologue, not a dialogue. You say all. I'm such a lion. All. But when
this is Andrew Tate's response to xQc after stream. Why would we watch this before we finish the stream?
But that one. But this one. Yeah, but that one. How does that make sense, bro?
Because there are scenarios. Obviously, there are scenarios. Exceptions don't disprove rules. When I say my woman doesn't go clubbing, I mean she does not on the weekends be out clubbing. She does not message me, I'm at the club tonight, see you tomorrow. She does not do that. You're giving me a very particular set of scenarios. Maybe once if her friend had a birthday, maybe, yeah, perhaps. What we're talking about is different things. And I'm telling you why. You're trying to disprove me using exceptions in very, very unique scenarios. I'm sitting here saying people are born with 2 eyes. And you're saying, no, some people are born with 1 eye. Yeah, that's true. But in general, when you say how many eyes does someone have, you say 2. Now, if someone asked me how many eyes does someone have, and I say 2, and you were to run along and go, I know someone with 1 eye, that does not make me fucking wrong. So you're just trying to use exceptions to disprove rules, and it doesn't work that way. Any woman who's with me, in general, if you were to ask her, does she go clubbing? The answer would be no. I'm Andrew's girl. I don't go to clubs without Andrew. Now, are there very particular scenarios in which perhaps if a movie premiere and she's A-list and she has to go to a club for 15 minutes with security and I pick her up? Yeah, sure. That's not the point we're fucking making. Any woman who's with me doesn't go to the club. And the most important point of all of this is she doesn't want to. I don't have to
Fair
stop
enough.
her.
Okay.
Go.
I'm not. This is an understatement, but understatement. Literally, you could literally win bike races backwards with how fucking hard you're backpedaling. It's insane the way that you revert your main arguments and go down them and start disintegrating them. The way you do. I've never seen that before, man. I don't know how you can even justify this. You say never go clubbing, and then there's exceptions. There are exceptions that actually happen most of the time, if not every time that we went out clubbing, it was for a reason. It had a reason behind it. It had something behind it, right? That wasn't, I'm gonna go out to see some other options and start fucking, right? There's so many ways and reasons why people go to the club. It's a social gathering. There's a lot of people. It's fun. It's energetic. End of story.
Sure. Well, if I had to make a binary decision, if I were to come along and say that no exceptions all are allowed, either she's allowed to go to the club whenever she wants and go to all those birthdays, or never go to the club and miss all those birthdays, and she would never go to the club and she would never go to a single fucking birthday and she would not complain. My women do not want to go to the club without me. This is being discussed as if I have to stop them. It's just, these are the parameters for being with me. You don't go to the club without me. Got it. Cool. Done. It's not a big deal.
All right, yo, X and Tate, listen, can we get to this next topic, the having a girl having a guy best friend?
I mean, that one's. I mean, if he doesn't agree with the girl having visual or aura contact with other male beings that are in the vicinity, clearly she cannot have a best friend. I mean, a friend, an acquaintance, bitch, mother, a sight of fucking real life man pixel is a fucking breach to Tate's fucking insecurity. So I don't know. I don't think. What?
I'm not insecure territorial.
That is insecurity. By definition, not allowing the girl to be around the sight of other men is insecurity because you're scared somebody else will be better.
I think he meant in a club scenery, but I'm just gonna ask Andrew: can your girlfriend have a guy best friend?
No.
No, I don't agree either. To be honest.
So what would the reasons be? Guy best friend is going to be a dick in waiting. He's constantly going to be trying to undermine the relationship, and there's nothing that the girl should be getting from a guy best friend that she can't get from him, or that she couldn't get from other girlfriends. It's going to be some combination of these reasons. That's my guess. Let's see.
You don't think that you're so do we agree on this, that your woman should not have a male best friend?
Well, a best friend means, for me, a best friend is somebody you spend most of your time with. If I'm with somebody, I'm spending most of my time with them, right? Otherwise, there's a lack somewhere that they're making up by doing other shit. Having friends is cool, right? They're gonna spend most of their time with somebody else because they're lacking some sort of social contact. That's a problem in itself. That is lack of fulfillment on one end, which translates to lack of fulfillment on both ends. That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't think a woman should. I think that. Well, firstly, you have to understand the paradigm. Do you think men and women can even be friends?
That is like super case by case. I think that's super
Andrew's
hard.
gonna say no to that.
That's like really
of course.
case by case. It depends. See, it always depends of the nature of that relationship in the first place. I think they can be friends if things are clear from the get go and you just kind of know, right? But you have to be very, very rational about it, though.
Do you think that in 99% of scenarios, when man's friends with a chick, he'd like to sleep with her if he could?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. See. It's gonna be the all or most against. It's gonna be like the all against most take or all against whatever fucking take. You know, we're gonna go down again like last time. Whatever. Let's say. Fucking. I can use a close example. Okay. This girl does projects for Twitch events or fucking stream events. His name is Cutie. Okay. Just an example. Okay. I see her at a bunch of events. We work on projects together, I guess. Right. I never fuck her. Right.
Yeah, that's acquaintance. That's work. We're talking about friendship.
Well, I mean, she's still a friend, though.
If she's an acquaintance, she's someone you work with, someone you know. I wouldn't call him a friend.
So, okay, it's not mutually exclusive.
Well, yeah, it's hard to draw the line. But my point is that I don't think that when a woman and a man are purely just friends without, let's say, a financial motive or any kind of work motive, when they're purely just friends, I don't think that's a platonic relationship. I think the man is interested in her most of the time. And when people disagree with me that, I said, then why do all the hot girls have so many friends and all the ugly girls don't have any? The men are trying to get laid. And for her to sit there and entertain it and pretend that that's not the case, oh no, he's just my friend. She knows what's going on. It's bullshit.
X, I have a question.
It's the dick in waiting.
You can reverse that.
X.
What?
X. Somebody had asked X if would you be okay if your girlfriend was best friends with Andrew Tate?
Well, I don't want any of my friends being friends with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a fucking moron. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking not. Nah.
You know,
best friend.
You're a fan. You're a famous Twitcher, bro. We could get a lot of pay-per-views on a boxing match anytime.
Bro. Have you seen these sticks I got? These are literally these are sticks. I can't fight with that. Bro, I did one tap. I'm still not scared saying that. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's not even comparable. Like if I said, biggest fucking UFC fighter, Colossus, fucking 7-foot Andy. I mean, he's gonna clap you too. It's all a matter of scale.
Of course. Well, this is my point. The point is that I don't think that most male-female friendships are truly and utterly completely platonic. I think if any woman's honest, she'll admit that too. And for the same reason I discussed earlier, while I wouldn't let someone attempt to break into my Lambo, I would not let some man come along under the shield, under the guise of friend. I'm not gonna let some dude come along, put on a friend hat, and try it on with my chick permanently. That's bullshit. And she shouldn't want that either. She should say, this guy obviously wants more. I'm not talking to him. Or I'll talk to him only at work for X event. That's it. And I know these views for some reason. I don't know why these views are extreme.
These are not. These are not. The rest of them are kind of extreme. They are legitimately. That one is not too extreme because yeah, a lot of people have these intentions that are preemptive, and when they see somebody that's like attractive or whatever, yeah, they'll be friends and try to snake their way in or whatever. But I would. What?
Would your mother hang around with some dude behind your father's back and say he's her friend?
Would your mother say that again?
Would your mother hang around with some dude behind your father's back and say he's just my friend? Would your father tolerate that?
They're not together, they're divorced.
Okay. But I'm talking about a different generation, right? Let's imagine people who married 40, 50 years ago. Was it normal then for chicks to be hanging around with a bunch of dudes and saying he's just my friend only 30, 40 years ago, or is this all new thing?
A friend, it depends on what kind of activities you do. I mean, dude, you can have friends doing a bunch of shit. Like they can go fucking, maybe they like playing golf together. Maybe they like...
It's new think, my friend. And what you must understand is that the things I'm talking about were perfectly normal and completely and utterly accepted.
Oh, you're one of these guys. Okay.
It's not these guys. It's about accepting that society has changed and that new think is untested. And when you look at untested think, because that's what it is, it's untested. By the definition of being new, in and of itself, it's untested. It's an untested paradigm. We had relationships for a very, very long time, thousands of years, where when a woman was with a man, she only spoke to that man. In most of the world today, still that is the case. You may live in America, but if you go to Africa or any of the Middle East or Asia or even Europe, Eastern Europe, Russia, any of these places, if you think these chicks have male friends...
This is super true, and it's one of the reasons why we have to be careful about like the kind of like the new world liberal order or whatever, is a lot of the new paradigms we've set up have come really quickly, and they're not really that well tested yet. You know, we don't know if women can have unlimited sexual freedom, or we don't know if we can have this much premarital sex or sex as a relationships, or we don't know if like we can break the gender binary this much. It's hard to know. It's always worth trying. It's always worth exploring, but you have to do so with a bit of caution, because sometimes people are really keen to say like, oh, look, we can break like 52 million paradigms with no consequence. Like, well, I don't know. These have existed for a long time. It's probably worth looking at the fallout, you know?
Then you don't understand the world very well. America.
Okay, I'm gonna reverse and say, in the age of Mesopotamia or some shit, right? Girls had friends and shit, then stuff with other guys. Yeah, things change. It doesn't devalidate them as untested.
Another untested thing, though, you could argue would be like women's right to vote. That was like an untested thing, right? Probably not a bad idea, but probably don't need to roll back on that one, right? So there are things that are untested that aren't necessarily bad. It's just always something you should be cautious of.
Untested previously, like. How does that prove anything?
Things like porn and social media, that's a good example too. Those are other things that are untested. Those are things that who knows, you know, what those are going to end up ultimately playing out as.
Yeah, what is that, new equals bad thing? Like, I don't know what that is.
It's not new equals bad, just untested.
New doesn't equal bad, new equals untested.
Yeah.
Which means you don't know, nobody knows how this new societal paradigm is going to play out. I can only talk from my personal experience, and my personal experience is that when a woman has a bunch of male friends and a boyfriend, the relationship doesn't last very long. That's my personal experience. I've seen it happen 1,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, if you date some girl who's unfulfilled of you so much that she's willing to give other guys a chance and keep an open mind about who they're gonna date and who they're with, that they're gonna do that with people that they meet randomly, bro.
But if she's fulfilled, she wouldn't have male friends.
Because she wouldn't.
You're pretending that a girl can be
fulfilled.
That's not true.
What if she already had a friend before you? Like,
She didn't have a friend before you. She had a potential dating partner, and then she chose you. So now she needs to dump the friend. Is what he should say, I would imagine.
Years ago.
Understood. I've been with women, and they've had a friend for a very long time, but I make it very clear to them. Look, he clearly likes you, and if she's honest, she's like, yeah, I know. I keep my arm's length. And she's very honest and open with me about it. Oh, he just texts me trying to get me to go out. I'm not going to reply to him. And she'll distance herself on purpose, and she'll make it very, very clear that she's in love with me. And she'll keep him where he belongs, very, 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 very firmly in the friend zone with no hope. Because that's her job to do. I don't have to tell her to do that. Now, if I have to come along to a chick and say, you're giving this guy too much, stop texting him. If I have to do that, then she doesn't respect me, and I'm not going to be in that relationship. I'm not going to sit there and police her phone.
Yeah,
She'll self-police out of respect for me. If she's not. So
if you want to argue with the Tate philosophy, then the issue is that Tate, like, you can see how, and I'm going to say this very cautiously. It might be the case that on other platforms, Tate is telling other people, you need to live like me. This is the right way to do it. And now if he makes those statements, now we've got things to fight over. But you can see how somebody like Greek has kind of like taken these takes, but he uses them in a far more aggressive manner. He's the one that's like virulently like pushing them on other people. You have to do this. You can't not do this. You're a pussy if you don't do this, blah, blah, blah. Greek is doing the things that, like, it almost feels like xQc in a way is kind of like fighting the person that gave Greek all of his ideas, not realizing that Greek is way more aggressive with prescribing them to other people, whereas Tate at least is coming off in this conversation as being more laid back about it, you know? But Tate might do that on other platforms too. But unfortunately, if Tate does do that on other platforms, then the onus shifts back to xQc with what Tate said at the beginning of the conversation, which is, hey, if I said a bunch of things that you disagree with, you should have written them down, which is probably the case for xQc. I'm trying really hard not to get caught in those situations anymore, especially since I came back from that school and those kids got me hyped up. If I have like a debate with somebody, I'm trying to have like specific things written down now that I can go over so that I never run into like an aimless conversation. That's why with Cedar, I had all those notes prepared, although I could have approached that debate differently. But yeah, having this stuff a little bit prepared in advance is probably really important. Yeah, Destiny is kind of missing the mark here. About what? Destiny, he said earlier that X can do whatever he wants, but it won't work. That's kind of saying you have to have it your way. It depends on what exactly he was saying. I would have to go back and listen. But for the most part, Tate's been pretty hands-off, saying he can do what he wants. For the most part, that has been his messaging.
Self-policing, then she clearly doesn't respect me very much, and I need to understand the chessboard. I need to look at the board and say, okay, I'm not very well respected in this relationship. She thinks talking to these dudes is more important than keeping me happy. It's only a matter of time until we break up.
I agree with this, but the problem is that you're lumping two things that are very, very, very different. Okay, relationship needs and social needs. They're separate experiences.
I was gonna say men don't fulfill social needs. They only try to fulfill dick needs or relationship needs.
The social overall aspect of your girlfriend, saying that she's mixing that with your personal relationship love, right, is a problem itself. That is a problem that you cannot that you can't see. There's social needs. There's to talk to other beings, hear new ideas, have different intellectual conversations with other beings than you. Bro, you can't entertain.
Huge amount of people want to misunderstand Tate on purpose. I doubt it. And again, I'm talking a little bit of shit here because I don't know, but I have a feeling that when Tate is on his platforms, he actually probably is making a lot of hardcore prescriptions. And that's probably what X is kind of fighting against, but it feels like he's boxing with shadows because he didn't bring explicit like examples of that. But I'm guessing that if I hop onto his Instagram, he's probably saying shit like, if you don't do this, women won't respect you. If you don't do that, women are going to leave you. If you don't do this, blah, 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 you're going to be miserable. He probably makes it. So that's probably what X is hitting at. He just didn't bring the examples with him, so it's kind of hard for him to say anything.
All of her fucking intellectual, whatever the fuck, bro. They have to go out there and talk and have fun conversations that aren't having sex and having love with somebody else. Like what?
I'd appreciate if you'd stop using the word fear because I'm not fearful. So you can stop using that word. Firstly, secondly.
Well, I can't. It's hard because when you don't want somebody to do something, it's out of fear. That's how it is.
You think?
Yeah, by default it is, but you are fearful of something happening, yes.
It's not about being fearful. It's just about having my boundaries as an individual. And
boundaries of what?
X is hitting on this fear thing, but to say that somebody is insecure or fearful, that's kind of like a conclusion that you have to buy or earn in a conversation. I don't think, to most people watching, I don't think Tate comes off as being fearful or anything like that at all. I think he comes off as he seems like he's pretty confident. It seems like he knows exactly what he wants to do and all of that. I don't think you can just say over and over again, like, you're scared, you're fearful, you're afraid. Like, I don't think those are landing because I don't think X has done the groundwork to establish that. Because that takes some building to get there. And so far, I don't think that's happened. But
boundaries, what will happen? Boundaries of what? What is the thing that you're shielding? You said boundary from what? Boundary and shield from what? From something. Bro, Bro, you don't wear a fucking bulletproof vest being scared of the fucking wind. You wear bulletproof vest against guns and bullets, bitch. Sorry, I take the bitch back. I cannot pull that. Sorry about that.
I don't mind. It's fine. I'll answer your first original question about them being social. Women often, if they're with a man and they love that man, their social circle ends up involving or being built around that man. His friends become their friends. The girlfriends of the other guys that he's friends with becomes their friends. I'm not saying they're not going to have any friends and nobody outside of me. But anybody who is completely and utterly unrelated to me is, to a degree, an enemy combatant. You need to understand, my friend, that life as a man is ultra competitive and it is war. We are all competing with each other.
Everybody's at war. The whole thing is war. Girls at war, guys, everybody is at fucking war. Yes, life is a battlefield, and sometimes you gotta make choices and shit like that, and that's you climb, motherfucker. You have to take them down. It is what it is. It's a war, yeah.
All right, but I would argue that women, to a degree, call me misogynist, are a spoil of war. If you're a man and you've been to war and you've been through enough shit, you get women along with money, along with status, along with respect. Women are a spoil of war. They always have been. Look at the ancient times. They turn up, take the city, take the women. Women are a spoil of war. So all men are competing with each other for all the things men want. All of you Twitchers are competing with each other for views. I'm competing with people to make as much money as possible. If you're going to go try and get a chick, you're not the only person trying to get her. You are competing with people who are trying to get her too. And my point is this: if I win said war and a female becomes mine, I'm not gonna let an enemy combatant put on a friend hat and use that as a shield and a bullshit excuse to sit there and attempt to silently chip away at my relationship. Every single time she's unhappy with me or we have an argument and he's in her fucking phone saying, well, you could do better than him. Da, da. Anyone who thinks that makes you secure to allow your chick to just be poisoned is not about security. So that's just responsibility. She is yours. She loves you. She adores you. Her social circle should include you and revolve around you. Anyone who comes along and has nothing to do with me, but still wants something to do with my chick, is unacceptable.
Okay. I understand. So it's a spoils of war because you did something, right? Like, I want to fire back at you and say that where you're in a relationship, it has to be because you are something, not because you did something. And you got something because you are something. That's how you reach fulfillment in a relationship. You're with somebody who's with you because of you, and you're them because of they are them. What happens when since you're using the battle war thing, right? You're Achilles, the great fighter with a sword, right? And you smoke this big ass giant, and you get the spoil. You get in your words, you get the bitch. Now she comes to your tent and she gets to ride on the fucking stick. Yeah. The spoils of war, right? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Right. And then you build this relationship on the fact that you're such a successful fighter. The next day, something comes along, you go in the stairs and you fucking break your leg. Then it's all over, right? It's all over. You go back to your tent, it's crickets. She's fucking gone because you can't fucking jump and sword that guy anymore. You can't do the leap that Achilles did because you can't fight anymore. Therefore, it's gone, right?
So what's the point?
He wouldn't disagree. He probably wouldn't disagree with that
because she's not with you for you. She's with you because of some achievement, some tangible event that you did, some hype that you got, and you shouldn't be worthy or you shouldn't be fulfilled of anything else but that one event.
Well, I have two answers for that. Firstly, you said she shouldn't be with you for something. She should be with you because you are something. Well, how do you become something?
By doing something. It's like the same thing. It's restating
become
the same
something by doing things.
Yeah.
So you're trying to separate the two as if they're separate.
You're separate. You is a lot of things. Your achievements is a small thing. Being successful isn't...
Not in the realm of a man. In the realm of a man, your achievements are 85% of all of who you are. As a man, you are judged solely on your status. You don't even have to be good looking. You need to be important. And you're only going to be important by achieving important things. As a man, you're only judged on your importance and your status. And also another point I want to make, you made it sound like if I lose that next battle, she's going to run away. Well, no, not completely. But I'll counter that by saying...
Not completely.
No, but I will answer.
Now she's to tax you because you're a failure. She needs to tax you on whatever you do because now you're not as good as you were before. So she's losing that part of success that you had. Now she should tax you. Yeah, she should say, Andrew, give me $10 a day, bro. So you have to go like a wagey to the market and sell peaches, right?
I think Andrew has to concede this to some extent.
Bro, get taxed, pussy.
Do you think that women don't leave their man?
Okay, he will concede it.
When that man loses his job or can no longer financially provide? You think arguments
bitch ass, unstable ones do from people who can't select their women properly.
When she does not respect you, she will leave you. And respect is a multifaceted, it's a large and complex issue. But if you cannot provide as a man, if you are not competent, she will lose respect for you and eventually she will leave. For you to sit here to say that you can lose endless battles and your girl will stay with you anyway is dream world fallacy.
Fallacy. I'm a fucking warrior. I go through the downs and the ups. And I would assume the person that is with me knows I can lose 1,000 battles. At the end, I will win the war some fucking how. They know that because I built character and I built who I am as a person. And that person who's with me knows this and doesn't need some event or some...
Even if Tate is smart here, I don't know how smart Tate is. Tate is smart here, then he can actually just agree because xQc is making his point. Okay, that's fine. Sure, maybe you can lose one thing, but you're telling me that the way that you'd keep that respect is by winning other battles in other ways. Even through ups and downs, you could still keep winning battles, but the important thing is you are winning battles. You're never becoming a loser, would be the technical, that should be the response.
Win at least one battle out of 10, so for me to stay secure, they don't need that. Because they know who I am. They don't need little battles. They know the war's won because she's with the fucking winner. That's how it works.
Right, well, if she's going to see you as a winner, even though you've lost a battle, which is fantastic, and that's how a woman should view her man, then she's only going to see you as a winner because she's seen you win a bunch of battles before.
And you're going to keep
winning
winning
woman who's only
yeah.
ever seen you lose is not going to stand there and say he's a winner, is she?
I guess that's a fair point, yeah.
No, my point is this. As a man, you are judged by females and by society at large on your competence. And your competence, by extension, means your ability to win in all scenarios. The more competent you are as a man, the higher status you are as a man. We don't just have to talk about money, right? My woman can come to me and say, there's a man outside with a knife. And I will go and deal with said situation. She can come to me and say, I need $1 million. I can deal with said situation. She can come to me and say, I don't know the answer to this. I can deal with it. She can come to me and say, I need a second passport. I have to disappear. I need a second name. I can deal with it. I am competent in all realms. The more competent I am, the more she respects me. By extension, the more responsibility and authority I have over her, and the less likely she is wanted to go to a club and shake her ass around. If I can't fix all of her problems, I have less authority. That's normal. I don't think, if I was a beautiful woman, I wouldn't be with a man who's not top fucking level. Why would I be? Because I have innate value. So to sit here and say that women don't give a fuck if you win or lose and all of that is not true because it's too competitive. It's too competitive. There are too many men out here who want the hot chicks. A hot woman can have anyone she wants. She ain't gonna choose the dude who fuck is.
With this definition, then you are admitting that any girl that dates you, right? Any girl that dates you is only with you until she sees some guy who's more successful and has more battles than you.
True, but he says he's the most successful, so he doesn't have to worry about it.
Therefore, you shouldn't be with anybody, right? Because of who you are, right?
No.
Every girl is always looking up at something better. The grass is always greener. You're just some pawn then, right? Because as soon as you go to the yacht and some guy pulls up randomly that has like he has more money or has more followers or more whatever, she's gone. Because that guy has more battles. So, yes, that's what you said. I mean, it's your argument. The guy's won more battles and is more stable. Why shouldn't you go to that guy then?
I'm saying that man will be a threat. And obviously, she's going to have an emotional attachment to you because you're going to have an established relationship, private jokes, time spent together.
Then you're scared she's going to leave then.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
You are. Yeah, that is what. Because he has something you don't. I have something that nobody else has. Nobody. Not even you, him, the president. I'm myself. Cool. That's all I fucking need.
Cool. Well, then I would put it this way. I would expect any man listening to this stream to see me as a threat, because if you don't see me as a threat, then you are literally stupid. If you see your girl talking to me, I expect you to be like, fuck, he ticks too many boxes, he's too competent, and he's too good at certain things. I don't need him near my woman. Now, she ain't gonna run away straight away, no. But if I keep talking to her, and you and her have a little bit of an argument, she's gonna end up doing something that she might even regret it, but she's gonna end up doing it. That is the nature of humanity. Now, to sit here and say that because I'm me, I'm so secure, I'm not threatened by nobody, that's not true. That's not an intelligent way.
This is the clip people were linking that went unavailable.
.com police department.
What does he think about the actual points themselves, though? Did he actually disagree with a lot of things, or agree or not?
Your final notice.
No, I wonder. Somebody says, who cares? These are crackhead.
Based.
Well, it doesn't matter. This is like a debater, you know? He's like an actual debater, Andy. I can ask him, he's banned on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm dropping.
Just say I can't. He's banned.
He's pushing. They're pushing.
facebook.com police department.
To approach things. I'm a world champion fighter, right? If I see a man in my garden late at night, he may not be able to fight like me. I still don't want him near my house. Who the fuck are you, right? That's still a threat. It's still somebody who wants what I have. So it's not even as black and white as you're trying to make it. Another point you're trying to make, I think you're trying to.
Okay, but he's not even competing. You already won. It's not even, there's no competition. You are yourself. You've shown that. So why do they need anything else? If
competition. Go on.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it's not competition. I mean, why would you? There's no competition. You have what nobody else has. How is anybody competing with that?
Well, we're all different, right? I have things that nobody else has in some realms, but you guys have things I don't have, right? If there's a chick who's in love with Twitch, you're all more important than me. That's fine. But it's not about that. It's not even about that. The point I'm trying to make is, I think you were trying to say earlier that a girl's only with me because I have certain things, because I have X, Y, Z, etc.
Well, that's not her fault. It's your fault because that's how you set it up to be.
Well, I agree.
You are creating your own demons by the division.
It's not a demon. I agree that women are only with me. Shallow females are only with me because I'm big, tall, strong, rich, interesting, compendious, because I have charisma. Because
he's okay with all of that, right?
Because I have a well-connected network, because I'm important and respected and high status. I agree women are only with me for all those things. That does not mean that their love is not true. You think that a woman who's only with a guy because he's big, tall, strong, handsome, and rich doesn't love that man? You're only with her for her titties and you love her? So what the fuck are you talking about? You're trying to pretend they're separate. They're the same fucking thing.
Huh? Bro, listen, you're talking to the big titty guy. I fucking love titties, okay? There's nothing, I don't give a fuck if people say I'm a child with that. I fucking love titties. And I don't even agree with that, okay? I love titties more than anybody else. And just the titties, it's just not good enough. It's just not.
I was making a point humorously, so I'll make the point now professionally. If you're only with a woman because she is loyal, kind, soft, adoring, and beautiful, and she makes you feel happy, are you shallow?
I said it again? That was a lot.
She's loyal, she's adoring, she's funny, she's gorgeous, she makes you feel happy. Your friends love her. She lives in your house, she cooks, she cleans, you feel good when you're around her. Are you shallow to be with that woman?
No, why would I be shallow?
So if a woman's only with you,
because you're handsome,
or me, or anyone else,
powerful,
because she looks up to you and sees you as strong, rich, competent, interesting, you can protect her. She likes to be guided by you. She likes talking to you. Is she shallow to be with you because you're purely high status?
No. So the point I'm making is that yeah, I agree with you.
Because no, that's just one of the reasons she loves me.
Okay. It's all about proportions. Okay. Think about it. Like I said earlier, the motherfucking polygon. Okay, if it's a polygon, it fills on certain sides because certain strengths. Okay, what I'm saying is that you can have a little bit of everything, right? A little bit of everything. But if the reason why she's there is mostly the things that are fucking tangible, right? Like money or whatever. If most of it is that it's the money and the status or whatever. That's a fucking problem.
It's not the money and the status, though. It's the type of man that can make the money and get the status. That's typically what they're attracted to, right?
You want it to be a nice balance, somewhat, of everything, so it feels fulfilling in all ways and good and feels good. It's a good thing, all of it. So if it goes with you because of 3%, whatever, 3% intellect, 5% whatever, and then 40% money. And 30% looks. What happens if your investment all fall flat and you get old? In 10 years? Then that woman out the window. Because most of it, what she likes you, most of it is these tangible dog shit, and then boom, it's gone.
Agreed.
And then what? And then what? And then what? What do you do then?
Then you're gonna find another bitch. I never said that wasn't the case. What do you want me to say? I never said that wasn't the case at all. I'm saying that women are attracted to tangible things. It's a tangible world. I said this earlier. Now, I've never been with a woman who only loves me for money. I'm not a sugar daddy. I'm not like that as a person. I have a lot of money, but my women who are with me, they don't get like presents and cars, none of that shit. Like they can live in the house and I'll take them out for dinner, but they could get with a man with less money than me and get a lot more money out of said man. So I understand the point you're making. Yeah, if a hooker's with a dude purely for money and he runs out of money.
And how do you know that? And how do you know that?
I know that because of how my relationship's set up. Because they're with me for money, they choose someone else because they don't get.
Well, I mean, they're not to work, they don't have to do shit. They live for free. So how do you know they're
That's
not
just one level of money. There's way more money you could get than just not having to pay bills.
How do you build that framework, right? Where they display they're with you for all these other intangible things from you that isn't only life stability and status?
Good question. Good question. So what we need to do is we need to get this Twitch stream. We need to get every single stay-at-home mother, every single stay-at-home wife in the entire country, and we need to ask them how we know they really love their husband. They're not just with them so they don't need to have a job. Let's do that, shall we? That doesn't
I
make
didn't
sense.
ask these fucking degenerates or me. I asked you. Also, is that lady billing you a new fucking back and rearrange your fucking bones? Why is it being massaging for a full hour straight, bro? What is she doing out there, man? Dude, bro, what the fuck? There's gotta be some sort of fucking osteopathic replacement or some shit.
I have a lot of muscle. It's painful to carry it around. It's a 2-hour massage. But
can she get like a little break or like some water?
Of course she gets water. She works hard. She's here every day. She loves me. She's fine. She's my best friend. She's well looked at.
Watch out. Hey, sorry, lady. You better watch this guy's girlfriend. She's about to get jealous because he has a best friend that isn't her. Holy shit. Why? Watch the fuck out. Hey, somebody tell her.
I want to say one more thing that will really trigger you, but this is true. All the rules I've been saying and all the things I've saying that
only apply to
don't
men.
apply to me. I can go to the club when I want. I can have as many female friends. So I can do whatever I want. So let's just make it.
Okay.
I can do as much as I want because I'm the boss.
You're the boss.
So I can do what the fuck I want, right?
Top
So
G.
yeah, Top G. My chick can't come to me and say, "Who's this chick?" Well, some bitch. Why are you talking to her? Because I fucking want to.
Well,
I'm allowed.
I mean, in a way, when you have these two things, right? These in that polygon, when you have a crazy amount of money, I mean, why the fuck would you care? I mean, you can do whatever the fuck. You can do crazy, outlandish shit and still have security with it.
It's true, but I don't like people thinking that women are only with me for money because it's actually the absolute opposite. I only first ever made serious money because I had so many women when I was broke. So let's keep that in mind, firstly. So I had women when I had no money.
And why? Because you were good looking or other things? What was it? Because you had good hair? What happened when you went bald? You think maybe some woman was only because of your hair? But now you're bald. What happened then?
I'm not bald. I shaved my head. I could grow all my hair back if I decided.
Bro, we can see the hairline. It's like a whole McDonald's symbol.
It's here. But it's because I was a world champion fighter, I'd assume, and because I'm interesting and smart, I guess. I'm good looking enough. I'm big. I had lots of reasons. I had lots of things about me that women liked, clearly, because they listened to me and they helped me make up millions and millions of dollars. So it's not just about money.
Yo.
How are you hiding Los Pollos' video? Like how do you do that?
Right click.
And what do you click? Yeah, but what do you? Yeah, but what do you click?
You right click. You just show my camera or disable video.
Really? Good shit. Thank you, brother. I never knew that. Continue, guys.
So yeah, this is a very interesting conversation. I would like to, if I had the time, which I know, we could do a really interesting study. You get a new girlfriend, I get a new girlfriend. I give mine my set of rules, and you give your set of rules, and we see who lasts longer.
Who lasts longer? Bro, life doesn't work like that. We can't just fucking full reset and get like brainwashed, like clean. You can't. That's the problem with life. How do you? Okay, this is one I've had problems with life. How do you know you have the tools and you have what it takes to make it if you can't full reset? How? It's hard. It's hard. You don't ever know for sure, right?
I wish. Can we do a poll in the chat? Is it possible to do a poll?
Yeah, you can do a poll. Yeah.
Okay, just ask and say if your girl goes to the club with men sorry. I got that wrong.
Poll. Do it again. You have to give me the specifics. Poll question.
If your girl can go to the club whenever she likes with her girls, is she more likely, or are you more likely to break up than if she doesn't go club? That's the question. And let's see what people think. Maybe I'm wrong. It's fine. I have no problems being wrong. Like I don't give a fuck.
If goes clubbing
without you,
with her girls,
without you very often, are you more likely to break up? Boom.
Hold on, Andrew. You're looking at my shit, so I got you. So wait, you want me to put yes or no, or break up or not break up?
Yes or no is fine.
I just did break up, not break up.
One minute poll in the chat.
Mine's 95% breakup. Mine's
but you stream to a bunch of fucking preteen fucking cool Mirandis up in his bitch, just like I am.
You stream to a bunch of skateboarding fucking.
What's the question?
Exactly. I am as biased as you. We are not rooted. We are not rooted in rationality. These guys spam W when this guy shows up on screen.
Not rooted in rationality.
Shit.
What
is the question?
If your girl goes out clubbing with her girls without you, are you more likely to break up with her than not? My personal answer is no, 100% no. Okay, because if she goes to the club, it has nothing to do with my relationship stability, and isn't getting something isn't getting from me by going out there, right? And she's fulfilling other needs socially that she enjoys. That makes me even less likely to break up. I think you are more likely to be broken up with, right? If you allow her to do less things that she enjoys doing. End of story. I want my girl to feel pretty, and if she's bomb and hot and fucking sexy, I want her to be able to feel that. I want her to be able to do that. What the fuck she wants? She's not gonna fucking sit at home in her pajamas. She just like you like to have your fucking top off so we can see your titties and your traps. Okay? She likes sometimes looking nice and having some cleavage so she feels sexy when she looks at her in the mirror. Has nothing to do with what she's getting out of others. It's how she sees herself. Oh, I'm sexy. I want her to feel that way. I wanted to say, oh my, I'm so fucking sexy. I think it's fucking hot as shit.
Yeah, I love it when your girl comes to the club with her tits out. I love it.
Oh yeah, because you can look like a fucking window shopper, like when you're broke, right? That's right. I know that she comes back home and sucks my balls and probably not yours, and nobody else is in it.
That's right.
That's security.
Thank you. That's right. You're right.
Security.
No, you're totally right, man. Everyone's window shopping. No one's touching her. Just you,
they are window shopping. They absolutely are. Yeah. So like I said, you are scared. People are not window shopping when your girl goes out.
Yeah, so you're right. All my girls are ugly, clearly, and I'm very fearful.
No, that's not what I said. I didn't say ugly or looks. I said what I said is what you're saying is that you intend that if you were going out, people would not be window shopping. They wouldn't be touching. They would not. No.
Look, I hang around with many beautiful women. They get a lot of attention, and we go out with me, and they get shitloads of attention. Of course, it's normal.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean that they're touching, though.
But they're with me. I wouldn't send them to the club by themselves. And you know what's actually, I know this is very unusual.
So you have to be close when something that you don't like happens.
No, it's to prevent.
I know this is maybe unusual to an American audience, right? But I live in Romania. So in Romania, if you go to a club and she's not with a man, she's single. The idea that a woman has a boyfriend and goes to the club without her boyfriend is literally, it doesn't exist. So you see women with their men and you see women standing on their own and everyone knows they're the single ones. It's impossible for a girl to have a boyfriend and still go out. That's just the societal norm. Same in Russia, same in most of Eastern Europe, same in all of Asia, same in the Middle East, same in Africa, same in most of the world.
That's cultural shit. You know, comparing the East, the West, Middle Eastern
culture.
I feel like that's got to be true in America as well, no? Like if you go to a club or even to a bar and there's like a girl just hanging out alone, you go to chat her up and she's like, oh yeah, blah blah, and then like 10 minutes in the club you find out she has a boyfriend. I was like, wait, why the fuck are you here? Wait, what the fuck? What are you doing here on your own? Like why? I feel like that's got to be similar in the United States as well, no? Do you see a lot of like, unless the only exception being like if she's out with like a group of friends, then maybe not, although that's going to depend on how they're acting. But like, yeah, like if a girl's on her own, like at a club or bar, I don't spend much time in these places, so maybe I shouldn't even say, but I would assume she's single, 100%.
We're comparing cultures now. We're comparing the culture of the Western United States to other countries. The Western United States is a country with the highest divorce rate, the most suicidal males, girls are sleeping with the most men, the most porn stars, the most fucking OF, the cam, and all this other trash. You're gonna try and defend the society which is the most degenerate on the fucking planet? There's nothing fucking respectable about.
Well, I live in here.
Now he's getting to make more prescriptive statements, but
that's about it.
It's gonna be hard for xQc to push back at this point.
My ideas are not unusual most places on the planet. They may be unusual to an American audience in a degrading society full of disgusting
With this mindset, the girl of your dreams is actually not even alive right now. She's probably stuck in the fucking cave ages with the fucking with the mindset that they had back then of the animals and fighting. So by definition, your soulmate or best fit is in the fucking -2 million or some shit.
There is no such thing as a soulmate because as a man, you mold your woman. I take any woman and she becomes my soulmate by obeying my rules. And if she doesn't obey, we break up. So the women are malleable. My point is I could take an American woman and she would abide by my rules because that's who I am. It's not about that. My point is that you're defending.
Why would I say obey? In that, dude, I feel like the way you're saying that obey, then in that sense, the way we use the word obey, you can make her do any tricks whatsoever fucking ever. You can make her do anything. She has to obey. What the fuck is that, man?
Well, it's comply. Like if they don't want to comply with my rules and my views on how a relationship should run, then they should leave. That's normal, right? A woman gets with me. I think it wants to be this way. She doesn't want it to be that way. Then we break up. What's the problem? But if she stays,
yeah, that was both ways though, with women and men, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't disagree with that.
Correct.
Though, right? Yeah.
A woman can come to me and say,
and say these rules, and they just break up.
Andrew, and if I do those things, we stay together, and if we don't, we break up completely. But my point is that my rules are that I can do whatever I want in certain regards, and she can't. Those are my rules because I have responsibility.
Okay. It makes sense. So you are inherently superior, right? Therefore, you command the boat. As an analogy, I just always felt like relationship. It's more like a plane. You have a co-pilot, right? You have a co-pilot. You think it's the opposite. You have a ship, and you're the fucking captain, and they're the whatever motherfucker down on the board, and you do this and you do that, and you obey the captain. I'm the captain motherfucker, right? And you, as Andrew, no girl is above you. Not a single breathing woman on earth is above you and commands you or could command you because you're above somehow. Right?
I could argue that, but just for the sake of keeping things simple, that's 85% correct. Yeah, correct.
85% how?
Because you're saying like no woman's above you, that you're trying to use it as a misogynistic term, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that in a relationship, someone has to be in charge, and I think the most healthy relationships are relationships with the man in charge, and there are certain domains in which I'm always going to excel, and because of that, let me give you another example, and then we're going to change subject, hopefully. Last example.
Sure.
You're walking down the street with your chick. I come up to you, or forget me, 10 UFC guys come up to you. Your chance of winning is 0%.
Zero, yeah.
But they want to physically harm your female. It is your masculine duty and your imperative to at least attempt to protect her. Do you agree?
What? Bro, this isn't World of Warcraft. You don't AoE the mob.
The answer to that almost has to be yes. There's no other possible answer you could give there. Both optically and probably even like with consideration of the person you're with. It seems pretty hard to imagine just walking away from that situation. Like, the answer kind of has to be yes here.
Down, bro. Like, this isn't some fucking primitive, you're against a lion type shit, bro. It's an unwinnable fight. Nobody would take that fight. By the likeness, I would hope my girl knows we cannot win this fight. We must both run, and we both run.
Okay, yeah, but let's say they're about to drag your woman into a bush and have their way with her, unless you at least attempt to protect her. Do you feel like you have a masculine duty, even in the face of unwinnable odds, to at least attempt her protection?
You have to say yeah. Oh man.
You made fun of me for my scenarios. What is this scenario of some obscure fucking like hentai shit, man? What the fuck am I? What are we talking about here, man?
Fine, I'll change it then. If you want to pretend that that's not a very reasonable question, even though it is.
10 dudes are dragging the woman.
It doesn't have to be 10 dudes. It could be one really big dude, or it could be 2 guys. Right? It doesn't have to be 10. This isn't that absurd of a scenario.
Well, yeah, in a bush, and you have to fight 1v9. Bro, you wouldn't even win that if you were fucking Naruto, man. Like,
it's not about winning,
I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about your imperative.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about, do you have a duty? Do you have a masculine duty?
Where does that duty come from? That both partners have to help each other in some way. You
both partners. Okay, so you need your chick to fight.
Masculine duty. You can't agree to this. I would almost certainly agree to this. Of course, there's going to be, whether you want it to be or not, there's going to be some expectation of there for you to do something. I would be. This is like, I'm just shooting in the dark here, and I could be wrong, but I would be shocked if that scenario ever came up in a relationship, and then you ran away, and then you're still in a relationship afterwards. I think the person you're with would lose all respect for you. But not a fucking masculine duty. You could argue that the duty is more universal, actually. You could say that. That, like, let's say that situation came up and you're about to get your ass kicked or whatever. That could be like a meet in the middle. Like, yeah, sure, fuck it, I would fight. But I'd expect my girl to fight too. Fuck yeah. Like, that could be, I think actually that could even be a reasonable argument. Yeah, you could do that. But, like, there is no option to just run. You can't do that. That's not the correct answer ever in the situation, right?
I get it. Next question. Let's say you're alone in your house.
Wait, hey, hold up. Hey, let's roll it back a little bit. So
let me use the restroom quick. 1 second.
You say that the girl can't fight for you, right? Because it's not her role. Whenever she made her character, she didn't choose fucking defender or melee. She chose fucking female. So they can't fucking fight. What the fuck is that? So if you get jumped by 3 dudes, right, and you're getting absolutely boned, okay, and she has a gun, right? She cannot shoot because the woman
Wait,
Do not
what?
fight. The woman cannot fight. She can't fight for you, right? But because you're so used to
he's
lying,
missing
bro,
the point of the
right?
hypothetical
Bro,
completely.
Come on. You gotta let me through them, right?
That's not the point. If my female had a gun, I'd tell him to shoot every fucker. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
Well, but now she fought for you. That's not male, bro.
No.
That's not fucking warrior mode. You let the fucking female fight for you? Come on, Andrew, you're better than that. Come on.
Let me change the question because you want to pretend my question is not very reasonable, even though it is. Because we're talking about masculine duty and authority and responsibilities. We're not. It's a hypothetical. So let me change it. You and your woman are asleep in bed upstairs. You hear someone break into the house downstairs. Who goes downstairs?
Nobody.
Oh no.
Hold on. xQc, so you're not going down there?
Nobody's going down there.
So what if they come upstairs?
Bro, you gotta protect.
Bro, I'll keep it a buck 50 real quick.
Protect?
Real quick. I'll keep it a buck 50.
No. My job is to survive, not protect. My job is to survive. And sometimes that means to go down there, the guy's a gun. It doesn't matter what the fuck I do. We are both going down by doing the smart thing, the analytical thing, the strategic thing. We can both survive. If I go down, not only am I jeopardizing myself, I am jeopardizing both of us by not being smart and a leader in that regard. We are even more in danger if I go down than if I...
Something that I think, and keep in mind, every criticism that I give of xQc is really easy for me to give outside of the debate because
Keep hating your life then, working class Andy.
I'm not having to think about this debate because I'm not participating in it. And then 2, I'm not like emotionally invested in it because I'm not in the middle of it, like actively doing it. So it's easy for me to think these things outside of it. But something that happens when you get heated is you can have a really hard time engaging with hypotheticals or figuring out like what a person is asking, right? Like what is the essence of what they're asking? So like Tate is trying to get at this idea that you have some kind of like masculine duty to help, your woman. That's what he's getting at with these hypotheticals. And then xQc is like trying to twist these into like what is like the optimal survival scenario or whatever. Which isn't really getting at the question that Andrew's asking here.
I'm not going.
No, but you're hiding though. You're hiding.
So?
Like, you gotta try to protect your girl.
What?
Why is that crazy?
Bro, you are losing you live in America, right? No, you're losing your mind. Okay, my job is not to
breaks
protect.
In my house,
my job is to survive.
Yeah, but so in the scenario we're describing, you're upstairs, you hear someone break in, your girl turns to you and goes, "Someone's in the house. Someone's in the house." One of you has to go downstairs.
Why? Why does it go downstairs? Why do you have to go there? Why do you have to go down there? Why?
If you don't believe you have any kind of intrinsic masculine duty to at least attempt to protect your female, then that explains why we disagree on every single point.
Yes, I'm gonna give you forward further than that. I even have a even higher duty to not protect her, to not even protect myself. I have a duty to fucking survive. Surviving in that scenario means if somebody breaks into the house, okay, listen, Andrew. If somebody breaks into the house, he is more likely than not likely to have a certain tool to get in or a weapon. If I do not possess that weapon, right, I am not going down there with bare hands because we will both die.
You can have a weapon. I'm not saying you don't have a weapon. I'm saying.
Oh, another and then you break it down. Another fucking argument like that, bro. You need to stop doing that.
I wasn't shoving you in a bat. I'm bringing a bat down. I don't know.
You need to stop doing that shit again. Start with a blanket argument and then breaking it down. You gotta stop doing that.
Listen, okay? Let me hop in real quick, okay? What both of you are saying is the same thing, just different tactics, okay? The question needs to be asked in a more clear way, okay? Yeah. What we're talking about here is instinct.
Wow,
what is, as a man, your instinct. So whether you go down or whether you stay up and hide, instinctually,
are you protecting
you get protective over the woman, right? And she may instinctually get protected over you. Now, what you do doesn't matter. The point is you both get instant instinct to survive and to protect, right? That's what we're talking about here, okay?
Correct.
The tactic is irrelevant. What we're talking about here is instinct. Do you understand?
The most likely game. You look at the playing field, right? You look at what do you have and what is the most likely to happen, and you choose the most favorable outcome for both parties to live. Whether that's running, whether that's hiding, whether that's fucking going to the ceiling. It's anything that we will do to stay alive, just like the animals do. If they cannot fight with weapons they don't have or tools they don't have, they run. It's called fight or flight. It's whatever is the best tool or to survive.
You're making very simple questions complicated. Let me change the question.
Again, twice.
You're upstairs. No, it's not. I'm changing the question because your answers are stupid. So
bro.
Your answer's stupid, bro, because everyone knows that you have a duty to protect your woman, and you're pretending you don't.
I don't agree. Not even a little bit, bro.
Well, then perhaps you are a coward, but let me give you the last chance.
I survived.
Hold on, guys, listen.
Oh man,
listen. This is crazy to me because it's both going over both of your comments are going over each other's heads. Okay.
Kind of. What Tate? Now I don't know if it's because Tate is like super Coomer brained or just ultra red pilled or whatever. But if Tate, if you're listening, if you're a little bit older, a little bit wiser, how Tate should have reformed it is, what about your child? Instead of going for woman, he should say, what about child? Because then you can easily say like, okay, well, does a father have an obligation to protect his child if somebody's breaking into the house and like that? At some point, X has to be pushed like, yeah, okay, yeah, you probably do. And then Tate would say, okay, well, I view like women as being like in the same status as children when it comes to being protected by a family. I think the father should be like that would be like one approach.
Okay, listen, your tactic. Listen, both of you have the same instinct as a male. Okay. Your tactics are different. Do you understand? You're both agreeing with each other. You're just arguing whose tactic is better, which is irrelevant to the argument. Both of you have the instinct to protect your woman, and the woman has the instinct to protect the man. Your tactics are just different. Yours is to go downstairs and to manhandle the dude. xQc's is more tactical in the sense what she wants to.
But the guy has a gun. The guy has a gun.
I know it's not wrong. It's not bad. What you're saying is
then what? The guy has a gun. And then what?
The instinct is to survive and protect.
No one said the guy has a gun, and we're not.
Both of you are right.
So now the guy doesn't have a gun.
That's not the point. It's what is your instinct?
If somebody in this hypothetical, if somebody has to deal with the threat and engage, if someone did, between you and your female partner, who would be the person who decides to deal with the threat? You or the girl?
I think that's irrelevant.
Yeah, it's irrelevant. Whoever can have the best outcome of fixing that with it can be even both at the same time. It be a cooperation.
I think it's irrelevant.
What if I have a gun, I go to the back and I make her, and I'll go open the door and I blast them. Now
good.
We both.
Good. So you went. Good. Fine. That answers the question. I'm just trying to add.
Actually reverse. Actually, I'm pretty bad at shooting. Let's say I opened the door, then she shot. Am I still the man?
I'm trying to make you guys understand.
Well, no, I'm trying to make you understand. Am I still good now that I opened the door and then she shot? Or is that not good enough?
That's fine, but that's not the scenario I described.
Then
the scenario I'm describing are the fact that when push comes to shove, and we end up in unfortunate situations, a man has a duty to protect his female. That's intrinsic, that's evolutionary, that's something we were hardwired with, it's something that society has always built into men until recent times. What you're saying now may be fine. If 30 years ago a dude said, I won't go downstairs and I'll tell my woman and we're just both gonna hide.
Oh, just a random fun fact, fiction, nonfiction. I don't know if this is true, so I don't tell me this is true or not. I read somewhere, so always in movies, we always say like women and children first, whatever. I thought I read somewhere that that's actually like never anything that anybody says. Like it wasn't even said in the Titanic. Does anybody know if that's true or not? I feel like I read somewhere that that's actually not a thing, even though it's always in movies or whatever. I don't know if that's true or not. I read this like one place, but.
Here together, he would have been mocked forever. That's insanity. Somebody has to engage, and it's the man's job, just like the man.
Wait, let's look this up. Its practice was featured in accounts of some 18th century shipwrecks with greater public awareness in the 19th century. Notable invocations included this and most famous. Oh, so that did happen during the Titanic. Despite its prominence in the popular imagination, the doctrine was unevenly applied. The use of women and children first during the Birkenhead evacuation was a celebrated exception used to establish. Oh, so it didn't usually happen, just a couple times it did, or maybe a few times it did.
And stay on the Titanic, the men go to fight. That's a man's imperative. And I don't care. Doesn't matter that I can fight. If I'm outnumbered 10-1 and they have machetes and I'm going to lose, fine. No one's going to rape my chick without me trying. That is my masculine imperative and my duty as a man. The point I'm trying to make is, so let me change the scenario. You're upstairs, you have an AR-15, 3 unarmed men break in, Between you and the chick, one of you has to take the gun and go down there and deal with all three of them. She's scared. I'm scared. They're downstairs. Go shoot them. Go
Why
shoot
is she scared? Why is she scared? And you're not. Why only can she be scared? If she has better training than I do, if she's better shooter than I am, she's taking a gun, bro. I'm not.
Bro,
what?
You're in my brain. Am I talking Chinese?
If she is a better shooter, she's taking a gun.
You're gonna send your girl downstairs. I don't know, bro.
If she's a better shooter, you're damn right she's going there. Of course.
How do you know she's a better shooter if you guys have never, like, let's say she never shot like...
If you have an F-15, you need to have the training that comes with it. Yes, you do have training. If you're Lions, yeah. You probably had the training before it. Yes. Okay.
Hey, well then, so what we've learned from me asking this question is that you, and this is not an insult, I think you'd agree with me saying this, you have no intrinsic desire, no intrinsic duty, or intrinsic innate responsibility to protect your female in any regard.
Oh my God, guys, I'm gonna interrupt. Can I please interrupt real quick? I'm gonna interject, okay? Once again, you both agree, okay? You're arguing just to argue because you're not hearing each other, okay? Listen, xQc, what Tate is saying about instinct for males is correct. Our instinct to protect will kick in 100%. Now, the next following step, okay,
is the technique. What does that mean?
Technique.
Yes.
Right, technique.
Yes.
xQc is being rational about it. So if you were to word it correctly to fit your narrative, Tate, what we would do here is, as a man, xQc would take leadership of the situation and say, okay, I know you are a better shooter than I am. You practice 600 hours a week. I do not. Here's the gun. You are better than me. That takes confidence. Your outlook, Los Pollos, is insecure. If she has more gun training, if
you would die.
And she's confident, so you make the leadership decision. That's your instinct. Make leadership decision. It's not the
I can't believe Train is like the bridge here.
xQc just said he would send his girl downstairs to confront armed gunmen.
Man,
like, what are you talking about? How am I insecure? Because I want to protect my girl.
Bro, let's say you're dating.
You're not gonna say I'm insecure because I
Bro,
this is crazy. What Tate is saying.
Just imagine.
What he's saying is okay. What X is saying is okay. They're both right. They're both right. Tate is saying,
just imagine Los.
Oh my God. It's like hanging out with a bunch of testosterone-filled men with small dicks.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Listen. What Tate is saying is correct. Whose instinct kicks in what's the instinct of a man? To protect your girl, protect your kid, protect your family. Yes, Tate is right. That is there. But what the technique to follow is the man taking leadership to say, okay, I will shoot and I will miss. But my girl, if she is willing, if she is strong, she's going to step up and she has more hours than me and she will hit this guy one shot. Do you understand? If you need me to word it to massage your ego, Los Pollos, and say, okay, I took leadership and I demanded this and she's my frontline soldier, I can word it that way for your soft ego.
Listen, do you know why I would do it like this? Because there's a chance, no matter what, going up against someone with a gun that you could die. I don't want her to die.
If you go with no training, you're dead. You go with no training, he has a gun, you're dead.
She can run away.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I'm saying, bro. That's not being insecure. That's being the opposite. I'm willing to die for my girl. How is that insecure, bro?
That's not the scenario. That's not the scenario.
What do you mean it's not the scenario?
If you can't shoot, you will die, and then she will die too.
John Wick can just kill anyone? Like, bro, there's no fucking way, bro. Dude, what is this? Dude, what the hell is this?
Oh my God.
You see, I've been listening to you spew crazy shit for mad long. I'd say two things.
Bro, Los. Let me this again. No disrespect again. You're a big dude, right? You're a big dude. You got a big dude, right? You have a bigger hitbox, okay? You're sleeping, and you.
What the hell is this shit?
Settle down, okay?
Don't play victim.
No, play victim. I'm not insulting. I'm not insulting. Like,
you take the shit.
You're in bed. You're in bed, okay, with a skinny police officer, okay? That's been doing it for 20 years. And she was to shoot a gun, okay? And then some guy breaks in, and she wakes up with you, and the dude with the big hitbox says, "Lady, don't worry, I got this. Because I'm the man, I take the gun. Bro, people are more of a threat to themselves with a firearm than to others, motherfucker.
Okay, fine. If it's
then you go.
Trained police officer, fine.
Here comes Los.
Here is the point, guys.
I'm getting hit, boss. What the hell is this shit?
Are we almost done with this conversation?
Holy shit, man.
Here's the point. The question Tate asked was, as a man, what happens when someone breaks in? Yes, as a male, we have the instinct to protect the woman, to protect our child, to protect our home. Yes, the instinct is there. He is asking that question, and I'm answering yes. As a man, that instinct is there. His headphones are off. He won't hear this, but yes. Now, what we're arguing here are the tactics, which is irrelevant. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Okay, then I agree with Tate. I agree with Tate. Yeah, yes.
There we go.
I don't know,
men are more
bro.
protective.
It
is a built instinct, right? It's a little bit in our code. I agree. I guess historically and scientifically, it's on our code to be more defensive. Yes, that's like.
I tell you why you're all wrong.
What?
Let me tell you why. Polo is right.
Oh.
You do not send your woman to fight. You have a duty as a man. And to sit here and say the tactics are different, I understand your point, but it's incorrect, and I'll tell you why. When the Titanic was sinking, no one was sitting there going, "Who's a better swimmer, you or me? Who's better in the cold?" Well, you know what, chick? You know what? You're a better swimmer than me. So if I get on the lifeboat because you're a better swimmer, that's bullshit. You're a man and you fucking die. That's the rules. That's the old school duty of masculinity. To sit here and say, "Well, my chick might be better than they are."
If all women are on the boat and nobody knows how to drive the boat will sink. If nobody's skilled enough to drive the boat, they will sink and die.
All of you are
You killed all of them by trying to be masculine. They'll die. Congrats.
Well, let me say one thing. Let me answer Tate's question, okay? Let me explain the contextual difference. The Titanic example is completely correct, and you're right, Tate. In the Titanic example, okay, there is no swimming. Whoever goes in the lifeboat survives. Whoever does not dies. As a man, our duty, yes, everyone, because the water is so fucking freezing, you will die. So whoever's in the boat survives. Okay, that's a fact. You can't deny the fact. It's a fact. So yes, you're right. As a man, we sacrifice as a protective duty, as the rules say, for old-time honor. We die. The children and the females survive. You're right. But contextually, in the situation with the gun, do you understand? It isn't a situation of life and death. Yes, you're right. If it is a situation,
but nothing is guaranteed. Train, nothing's guaranteed. Even if she can shoot better, she shouldn't. You shouldn't send your girl.
Primitive brute. Let me finish, okay? Dude, let me finish.
There's no shot because of this fucking dumb. I refuse to believe that being smart enough to own a computer in this call is that fucking stupid. Okay? If you're, bro.
Can I finish?
Bro. Let's say.
Wait, can I say one example?
Let's say no. I got an example for you. Okay? You have a gun. The gun is the only way you're gonna survive this. Okay? Only way you're gonna survive it. Okay? The magazine is under the bed, and your bed is real, and it's bolted to the ground, right? Do you say, "Hey girl, get the loader under the bed with your small arm that can go through it and get the mag," or you say, "Bro, lady, back up, woman, back up. You're the woman. I got this," and you can't get the loader. It's okay because at least you're the fucking baller man. You tried hard, but it didn't pan out. It's okay, and then you both die. You're so
I know. I got one example. I have one. You guys are on a hike. It's you and your girl. A fucking bear comes out of nowhere. I'm gonna listen. We're not escaping this, so I'm gonna say run. I'm gonna jump after the bear and let the bear fucking have its way with me, bro. I'm gonna die and she's gonna live. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my girl, bro.
I can't.
I'm gonna do that.
I can't.
Correct.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I mean by this.
Then
I don't care if she can shoot better. Like,
then you're both dead. If the girl knows what to do because she has knowledge about the bear.
Does this go anywhere else, or is it just going to be like trying to dance around these like nobody wanted to actually engage in the hypothetical? Is that where we're at? It's almost over.
Approach where she can sing or talk in a way that make her survive. I shut the fuck up. I point and I say, you talk, and then she says, "We don't run from a fucking bear. What do you think you are? You're a gladiator from the fucking
let Tate speak. What did Tate say?
Gladiator. You're not a gladiator.
Hold up, Max. Hold up.
when the bear appears, you don't sit there and argue with your chick saying, well, you went to veterinary school, so you're better with bears, so maybe you can tickle the bear.
Yes, you do.
The fucking man. So what you're doing is this all goes full circle. It goes back to the very beginning of this conversation when I said when I make points and in the internet they try and find little fucking stupid little ways out and bullshit, etc., etc. I was trying to make a very, very simple meta point that as a man you have a duty to protect your female. And now people are coming along saying, no, maybe you protect her better by hiding in the bathroom and sending her downstairs with a grenade. That is fucking stupid. You have a duty as a man to protect your female. It is your duty, it is your masculine imperative. All of humanity shows it's true. All of history shows it's true. And for you to sit here and say, if someone breaks into my house, I have no duty at all to protect my woman. If she's scared and crying, I might send her ass down there because I can't shoot. Shows that you have no intrinsic desire to protect or provide or look after that female, which is why you have no frame in your relationship. Which is why she
then Tate.
You send her ass to the club to get fucked by somebody.
Okay, Tate. Tate.
A great conversation. I've wasted enough of my life.
No.
When you get balls, let me know. But to sit here and talk to a man who thinks he can send his chick downstairs to fucking engaged armed men, I know I'm wasting my time.
To be fair, the armed man argument was a bad argument. That's all it was. The bear argument I agree with. The bear comes out, you fucking go at the bear, and you save the chick. She runs. But in the house argument, it was just a bad argument.
No, but dude, xQc disagree with that. You're agreeing, but he didn't agree with that.
Yeah, the bear argument is right, but the house argument was wrong.
The bear the bear?
He's saying a bear comes out, right? Your chick has to run. You tackle the bear and save your girl's life. Yeah, the guy has to do that, right?
Okay, no, I don't think you guys have seen bears before. I think you guys are a bunch of bitches. I don't think you've seen a bear before, what they do. Okay? It doesn't matter. You can run. You can outrun it by hundreds of meters. You're still gonna get fucking snapped on. You tackling the bear doesn't say you are both dead. Whoever knows what to do with the bears.
Okay, he doesn't come back. Okay, are we done? This is... Okay.